They want us to think that we're an insignificant speck of dust, but let me tell you, we are so much more than dust in the wind.
At least 4 billion useless eaters will be eliminated by the year 2050.
I'm still waiting for somebody to show me gas pressure without a container.
I personally don't believe anything they say, right down to the God they claim they worship.
None of the math adds up.
You could stack up all their math books, all their science books, and even put all their degrees stacked up on top of that, and you still wouldn't be high enough to see the curvature.
This is exactly why grounding is so important.
We see too far.
We're just regular people who know we're being lied to. We're tired of it.
The bottom line is, there's only one choice left, and that's to dismantle this whole thing from the top down. What's going on, everybody? How's it going tonight?
What up?
Good.
Oh, crazy week.
We
What's
are
up,
here with
BiffDon?
our boy BiffDon. I'm so happy to have him back, man.
What's
So
up, brother?
happy.
It's been a while. I don't do this much. So this is the only other time I did it was last time with you guys.
Yeah. What's super weird is I've never even seen your face. I don't have your phone number or anything. We never had a conversation. But for some reason, every time I talk to you, it feels like I'm talking to an old friend. Literally. Like,
Same.
maybe it's because
Same.
we grew up around the same times and we both like old movies and old music and stuff like that. So that could be it. But
I think we have similar senses of humor and all that.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure,
that
too.
helped. That definitely helps.
Sarcasm, all that
That's
good
a big
stuff.
help.
Yep.
We're all
Oh, that's
connected
awesome.
anyway.
I mean, you need it. You need it to survive on,
Oh, yeah.
you know, where we hang out on X. Because there's a lot a lot of times you just need it. You know what I mean?
Why? Because everybody seems so nice on there. You know, I don't see
Oh, yeah.
a problem with
Yeah,
it.
but
Great.
So actually, before we get into the thing that we're here to talk about that we haven't mentioned that we're here to talk about, which I think is going to be fucking fun, let's talk about the censorship, man, because I feel like you had it, like you got fucked, bro. I'm just going to say it.
Straight up.
I don't
Yeah.
even want to bring it up, but you got fucked, bro. You got more
you talking about the
views
eagle?
on that one. Yes, you got more views on that one post than I've had in a month or more.
no,
Actually,
seriously.
way more than like 5 months, actually.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I feel like it's just trying to torture me because then I'll see
Yeah.
like the big accounts like Nature is Amazing take it and sit there getting paid with 30 million views for something.
Yeah, it's
like,
all in
come
the
on.
words you said because you said adult deer. They're like, no.
They
fuck
did
this
too.
dude.
They used my caption and everything.
Oh, wow, they did?
Yes, they put
I
that
didn't
same
even
exact
catch that
caption
part.
video and they didn't like take it from me. They screen recorded it, posted it back up as their own, and wrote the same exact thing I did word for word.
Wow.
That's
And,
crazy, dude.
I actually got that note taken off too. They just straight up banned me from receiving money for 3 months after I posted it. They're like, "Fuck
Yeah,
this
dude,
guy."
they've
We're
been
not
messing
paying
with
him.
you hard. I remember watching the whole drama lay out when you were like updating everyone about
Oh, I know.
them not accepting your stuff, and then
Yeah.
crazy.
Then they tried
It's
to
insane.
refund me for the month when I didn't ask for it. I'm like, "You're literally just trying to get out of paying me or something like
Yeah.
that."
Right.
It's like
I
I
don't
don't want
even
to
think they
refund it.
care about the money, dude. I think it's just like they're like, oh shit, we actually let like someone who's spitting the truth go like super viral.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
we're allowed to go a little bit viral, but they accidentally let
Yeah,
the fucking
they just,
like,
roof off you,
took the
man.
governor off that one.
That's
And they're like, the
Yeah.
normies are gonna find out. The normies are gonna find out. We've got to
I
do
think it
something
was-
about this.
It was first picked up by the guy that runs the Babylon Bee,
Yeah.
and then Elon in turn after that, and then it just exploded. I was like, what the
So Elon picked it up, and then they smacked you with community notes and took your money away. That's
Correct.
horrible.
Correct.
And
Pretty
not
much.
that it's about that. Let's be clear. I know.
No, I know.
you
Yeah,
well
no, I
enough
don't
to
care.
know
I
it's
mean-
not about that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, all right.
I
fuck
actually
you,
wanted to
right?
see. I mean, I'm still curious what that would have been worth.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
mean, even if they don't pay me, I'd like to know what it was.
Yeah, just tell me how
You're
much
like, was
I
it a
would've made.
Honda? Was it a Honda? I just want to.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was like a 1997 Accord.
Yeah.
Right.
Good, man. Hey, you know what? They can't shut that down with a button. All right. you're good to go.
Damn.
I've had a
straight.
couple go viral, and then I had one go for like 13 million views, and Nature Girls or whatever, the Science Girl stole that one. They all steal. They just steal.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
just blocked them now.
There's a lot of people that do that. And I will say I mean, I find videos places, but if no one tells me who it is, I don't know who to give credit for. If I know whose video it is, I always give them credit. Or I will quote tweet someone, so it's just it
Correct.
doesn't get as many views that way, but I'll just be like, "Hey, this is this
cares?
person's crap." Exactly. It's good. You should see this, or it's funny, or whatever.
Yeah.
But
You know that Massimo guy? That's
yes,
Elon of this
yes.
repo.
Yeah.
So after the second the community note came out on that eagle, he took the eagle and wrote the exact explanation of the community note and reposted it. I was like, you motherfucker.
Oh,
Nice.
some of these
like
people know,
unbelievable.
man. They're like, okay, this will get me some views. Let's just go.
Yeah, he doesn't like us.
No, I mean, it's
Like-
it's getting real obvious who's in it for the money these days.
Yeah. Dude,
Oh, yeah, like-
and that's what I think is hilarious. Sorry, you'd have to go ahead.
We try to get community noted on a lot of our posts. You know, we're like, this is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? It does seem like they backed off a bit, though. It does.
Oh, they did. We were just talking about that in the group text the other day. And then it's funny. So the day we were talking about that, we hadn't seen a community note in months. I got hit with a community note, and it was a ridiculous one. So I posted something about some mountains that were, or a wall that was clearly built by somebody. It's too many right angles, perfect, in Montana. And
Yes.
all I said was, wall discovered. I didn't say when. Wall discovered in Montana. At least they told us a cool story about cowboys and Indians. I got community noted saying basically, oh, you didn't list the name of the wall, which in the video it said the name of the wall. And then they said, oh, it was discovered 12 years ago. I never said when it was discovered. I just said discovered. So
they give you notes and they just put like one extra fact in there to like, I think it's to demonetize you or just to piss you off. It's one of the, or it's just to like, so people glance at it, they're like, it's fake. Let's pass on.
if I see community notes on something, I want to look at it more now.
Me too. Yeah, but we're us.
Hey, you were lying
Exactly.
by omission, Ted.
Yeah, I left something out, man. I didn't tell the whole story in my post, so.
It's like, God forbid. I didn't know that was a requirement. I have to tell you everything about everything? God.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking reporter, bro. Like, I'm just
Like,
on
oh,
social media posting shit. Leave me the fuck alone.
Here's Elon with a blue shirt. The community notes comes in. He also has tan shorts on. Sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is. It's true.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. Yeah, but their censorship, I don't know if he's got to be pretending to know or to think that it's to investigate. You know what I mean? Like, motherfucker,
Yeah, I know. He knows.
He has
definitely
to know.
knows.
Because it's
He
the
has
same
to.
exact thing it did to me in 2020, way before he owned this. It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like
Just-
one day
it's all
you'll be
recycling.
fine. The next day you can't even break 700 views on a post.
Oh yeah,
Even if it has,
it's been bad for a
80
couple
likes.
months now, actually, man. Like,
Yeah.
what
I
I
don't know if that's
usually
something to do,
gauge it by if I'm like, okay, things are going normal, it's when I hit like 1,000 views an hour.
Mhm.
If it's 1,000 in the first hour and then like 5,000 in 5 hours, I'm like, okay, that's normal. But sometimes you'll do it and it's like 250 in 3 hours. Like, dude, what's
Yeah.
going on? And then
Right.
it'll hit 12 hours and it's like 700. You're like, come on. How
Exactly.
do I have however many followers and I'm posting this and that few people are seeing it? It's just ridiculous.
Like sometimes I'll get reposted by big accounts, but and no matter what they post, it gets hundreds of likes. But if they take something from me, nothing. They get nothing.
You know who's
So-
getting it bad is Brock Riddick.
Yeah, Brock.
Look at some of his
he's,
posts,
he's
man.
invisible, man. He's done.
Yeah,
They-
150,000 more followers, and like I'll see his posts, and it'll literally be 700 or 812 hours on some of them.
Right. I'm lucky to
Yeah.
even see his stuff and yours, to be honest, at all.
Yeah.
They don't show me any of your guys. I haven't seen Rufus in death barely ever.
Dude, I have your notifications. I have notifications turned on for like 5 or 6 people, and I have yours turned on. And I still, the way I end up seeing yours is I'll see a comment that looks interesting, and I'll be like, what are they talking about? And I'll click it, and it'll be your post, and I'm like, oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only way I see it.
Sometimes like I'll post like something that I know is good, but then I'll just comment under somebody's post and that'll get 100 likes. Meanwhile, my other post gets like 1 view. It's like,
I know.
Right.
So
I don't know.
bad, man.
I don't know what he's doing to that app. I don't know if I trust him at all.
Is it him?
It's
I mean,
a
of
back
course-
and forth with me too, man. It really is.
If he has another agenda, which I mean, he clearly does have some agendas, like brain chips for one, he's going to be nice to it. He's not going to be like, you guys fucking suck. Now be my friend and follow me.
Right.
He's not going to do that.
That's
He's
a
going to say
dumb-
everything you want to hear.
He
While doing the
lets us
opposite.
dunk on his space program, dude.
Yeah. Not only
And
that, but
pays us, diddly squat money. But
he
you
pays
know-
us enough that it doesn't cost us to use his service. I'll
correct.
just say that.
Right.
And we get to post long stuff about the stuff we really want to post about,
Yeah.
and all that other stuff. So it definitely pays for itself. For anybody to say it's not worth it, I think they're absolutely crazy.
The other day,
But-
he offered up his sperm to start a Mars colony. Mhm. He did. For real.
What? Okay. I
Yeah.
gotta
we got to
hear
talk
this.
about that for real part, though. I think we got to
Yeah,
delve
look
into
that up. I mean, it's true.
say for
He did.
real. Are we really talking like for real, or are we talking like story time for real?
Are we talking about
Yeah.
sperm like they put a Tesla in space? Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
it's swimming
I
right
don't,
next.
I don't know what they're going to do with it or who's going to get it from him, but that's. Yeah, no, he said he would, to help start a human colony on Mars, he would donate his own sperm to do it. I was like, oh my God, this guy's.
Yeah.
fucking-
Hey, guess what? I'm just gonna announce it now. So will I. All right.
Yeah.
I'll clear,
Yeah,
I'll
me
clear
too.
it with my wife first. But if you're gonna send it to Mars, I don't think she's too worried about it because that means it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. That's the source for all things Mars. I mean, we have technology that can literally make a planet at this point, as long as it's on a screen. So we'll never know.
Yeah,
I mean, we know, but
they make them every day
yeah, exactly.
out of like grains of wood, stains.
Man,
This is
I
going to be
wish
all.
I would have.
Trust me,
That-
that's going to be the source for all of it, and it's probably going to go crazy in the next few years.
Yeah, it's dude. There's crazy shit coming out. So before we get into the main topic, how do you feel about the Candace Owens thing, man?
That's just
I'm split. I'm super split because like she's too popular to be like real cool, but like she's dropping some fucking facts, man, and it's getting crazy the shit she's
Yeah.
saying and bringing attention to. But it could also be a hey, I'm gonna say all these things and then I'm gonna pull a 180 and make them all look dumb. But I don't know. I respect
Personally,
the way you
I
look
think
at things,
she's a
so I'm
Trump.
asking you.
I think she's a Trump hiree. I think he hired her for PR.
fair enough.
That's not an answer to my question, bro.
It
It really
you mean
isn't.
about the truth? Yeah, I mean, he does. I think they're going to drop some truth, but I think it's to gain loyalty and people to follow them. Are they going to do good things with it afterwards? I mean, I have a guess, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, none of us do.
I mean,
man.
somebody wants to turn the world upside down, and to me, it's him. I mean, it's got to be him, right? Who
You
else is
think
doing
so,
it?
huh?
Well, this is what I'll say
think so.
before we get too deep into it. I honestly think whether he is the great guy that everyone thinks, well, not that everyone, but that those people think he are. I'm not talking about the Jesus people. Those people are just out of their fucking minds. But if you just think he's a great guy who wants to clean up the swamp, or if you think he's the Antichrist that's going to bring revelations, you should want him to win either way, man, because let's get this shit on with. If this is the end, let's do it because I'm
Exactly.
tired of waiting around.
Anybody
Let's
paying
fucking go.
attention, like really, really pay attention, like we are, is in some form of mental torture at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
It really is.
It's like
Oh
we just
shit, it's happening.
It's physical,
You
man.
know,
It's
just
physically
like-
exhausting. It really is.
they just dangle things and dangle things and dangle things, and nothing ever really comes to fruition. But in the background, there's
There's things
something
happening.
happening. A lot of people
There
are.
are things happening.
I don't know anybody that is pretty much the same as they were before he showed up. I don't know anyone.
No,
No.
in either direction.
Yeah, Yeah, no, they spiraled off to one direction or the other, or
Yep.
they're starting to come around, but they're not the same.
Rufus, you're muted, by the way. Just wanted to let you know. Not sure. If
Oh,
you knew.
thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the pendulum. The
Sweet.
pendulum just swings both ways so hard anymore, too. You know.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not even close to the same. Not even close.
Are you for the better
Not
or for
even
worse?
close.
Different. I don't know. I mean,
I
don't
can
always feel
say I'm
great
for the
about it all.
better, honestly. So I wish you could say that too. I wish that for you.
I hope so. You know what I mean? I mean, I have realized a lot of things.
That's
And
good.
I mean, I personally try to be better. I'm not a great person. You know, anybody raised in South Jersey is probably not great.
But that's
My grandma.
survive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's your-
Listen, have you ever been to
Survival
E-Town? That's all I need to know. You ever
Oh,
been
I
through
ain't got
E-Town, bro?
What, Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, I've been there. It's disgusting.
We
Oof.
played a Hellfest there, and it was like in the parking lot of an IKEA, and Misfits were there, and it was huge. But I was like, hey, let's go walk around this town. I've never been to Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Oh,
Never
God.
again, bro. Never
Never
again, bro.
Never again.
Yeah. No, my I had an ex-girlfriend that went to college up there, Keene,
Up air.
and she got so scared. Yeah, because she got so scared that she actually transferred.
Oh,
Earlier. I was like, good call,
It's
because I went up
fun,
there. You really want to be this place? You're out of your
You know what's
mind.
funny is we were on tour with this Australian band, and like we went to some places that to us was totally normal, and they were like one day they were having a serious talk, and you could tell that they didn't want to like say it because they felt bad telling Americans this, and they're like, yeah, man, we've been to a lot of places, but we never felt like our life was in danger until we came to America, and I'm like, awesome, thanks, makes me feel great to be an American, man.
Right.
Like, aren't you guys the criminals? Why do you feel bad here?
If you watch our TV, it looks like every other country's a hellhole. But I mean, I lived
Uh-huh.
maybe growing up in South Jersey, 10 minutes from death if I walk down the street past 10 p.m. in Camden. You know?
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst, man. My ex-girlfriend's dad was a police officer in Camden. They lived in Pensacola.
Oh, no
but
way.
He was a Camden
Oh
police
God,
officer.
yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
very from those areas for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
My stepdad
So
used to
I've
build
been
up-
there. Yeah. So I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been to
Yeah.
the Cherry Hill Mall, bro. So
Oh, the Cherry Hill Mall, yeah.
Yeah.
That used to be nice when I was young, and then
yeah,
I don't know.
not
really?
anymore.
No, it's not anymore.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Was that right next to the Twin Peaks Mall?
Yeah.
That's
Twin
a
Pines. Twin Pines.
Sorry,
Uh,
Twin Pines. I screwed
Dude,
it up.
that's so it's
Bill's
so
got the
crazy.
Twin
that-
Peaks on his
Valley.
mind, huh, dude?
that
No,
people
it's not
still
far
don't
from-
see that.
It's not far from Pine Hill, though, where Trump
Oh.
bought that golf course next to Pine Valley. That's fucking unbelievable. And people are like, "Oh, they just put that in there to mess with people." I'm like, I'm literally the only fucking one on the planet that found it.
Yeah.
Right.
They put it in there to
Me
mess with
personally?
you, bro. That's what I said. Like, I don't know if you saw when I quoted your tweet today about that Nintendo 64 game in Japan or whatever. I was like,
Oh, right.
who finds this? Only BiffDon finds this fucking shit, man.
Only
Well,
Biff
Tell,
Don.
tell us
Actually,
about it real quick. That's crazy.
That one was my sister. My sister
Oh,
found it.
wow.
Yeah, there's two of us.
Are you twins? Are you twins?
Nah, she's older than I am.
Two Dons. Who would have thought?
Yeah, no, she sent it to me. I'm like, where the fuck did you get this? And how did I not find it? But
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
a game they were going to release in the States, but they only wound up releasing in Japan called Alice's No Waku Waku Trump World, which means Alice's exciting adventure in Trump World. And it's based on, and it has a white rabbit on the cover. So it's a card game based on Alice in Wonderland.
Oh my gosh.
And it was made in 1998. It's not like it,
Yeah, no, it's not what it like recently made.
just like everything else with this guy, like there's no one else. There's no one else. Every time I look into anything Trump, it just keeps going and going and going.
It is a little weird, man. I'm just
It's-
gonna say.
It's beyond weird. Like I don't know if I ever should have even started looking because it's just it's too much.
Yeah, it really is.
I
So
mean, he was
let's,
always a figure.
let's
though.
really
So,
get into it, man. So I'm just gonna be straight up honest. There was a while where I was completely pro-Trump. I was like, hell yeah, man. He's saying everything I feel.
I think everybody would.
And then there was stuff I saw that I mean, obviously the vaccine and all that, but I can make justifications in my head for that and say that he sped it up so they couldn't do what they wanted to do. Like I get,
you didn't read too many
get,
tweets, man.
yeah. I get
We're just
all
promised
that.
that's what they were going to do.
I know.
When he's the one that actually did it. That's the problem I have.
I know.
I mean,
I know,
I can make up scenarios with it where he did a great thing there.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I'd
saying.
love to know the truth of it.
I can see both sides, and I'm the type of person that's like, they're all fucking lying. All of them.
Yeah.
I don't trust any of them.
What we were warned of, and then we're cheering on the guy that actually did it.
Yeah,
The only, you know what I mean? Oh no, a vaccine's coming worldwide, and then the guy that actually does it is somehow the one everyone still wants more than anybody.
When you say warned about it or we were warned, what do you mean by
I mean, like people, the people that are with him, like Alex Jones and shit, who's been talking about that.
Okay.
Jesse Ventura on his show.
Jesse Ventura, I was going to say.
Right.
Truthers from back in the day said exactly this is going to happen.
Unfortunately, back then, not a lot of people listened to those people. Whatever. I mean, like that was just a fringe kind of, like quirky entertainment.
Like frogs can be gay. Come on, bro.
Right.
Can, bro.
I mean, and I don't know. Like, is Alex getting that Mossad money or not? There's things we can ask.
Dude.
But
yeah, I mean, you saw that clip I had of him where he said. You know what he said.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, dude.
That he was going to be involved in, and this was his third big change to bring Donald John Trump into office, and everything else was just space-time continuum reflections. Everything else.
Doesn't he also have family members in the CIA, like legitimately that he admits to?
Yeah, he's got like his dad is literally everything, like CIA general,
and a cousin or something like that, like.
Yeah, and nobody
people.
questions
it's not just one.
They just call up out, Alex, here you go. I mean, if he was getting classified information, he would have been taken out.
I would think so.
The dude to slip into Bohemian Grove, the dude to talk to the lady about vaccines on the tarmac with Jesse Ventura.
Really wrong about that.
Right.
I agree.
So I'm not that crazy to think that, he may have just been put there for a reason, right?
I don't know if he was. I mean, because he's been doing it a long time,
right?
But
is it Bill Hicks?
The thing with Trump, if you want to believe all this stuff, you have to know that if you want to believe that this plan's all real, you have to believe that it has gone back a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
And that's where that's just step one of where you have to take yourself to believe that all this stuff is real.
But then you could start to you know what I mean, like compartmentalize all factions of this thing, right? And start breaking it up and setting it up in different scenarios and whatnot. Like, is it even Trump anymore? Did they catch him? He was part of the bad crew, and now they're just using him, the persona of him to show how bad he really was and how easily he was going to fool all of you. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many ways we could look at this, and I guess that's why it's a brilliant psyop. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I backed off of assuming I know exactly what he's going to do because there's things I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly how.
You know a lot, man. I mean, gosh, you've
yeah.
You've
I backed off of assumptions. I like finding what he's already done that hasn't been noticed.
And you're great at it.
And you do, yes, you do.
Yeah, I mean, they've been planting propaganda.
Why the Back to the Future?
67 years? I don't know, 80. His whole life, since like birth, they've been planting propaganda.
You think he was a time traveler?
I don't know. I don't know exactly how this works, but if they're going to invest that much time into a plan, they have to know if that motherfucker would be alive in his late 70s right now.
Right.
It's a Nephilim.
Who would chance that? Who would plant propaganda for 70 years just assuming the guy's not going to be hit by a car when he's 45 years old?
Right. They say he might have even died in 98, right? In that helicopter crash or whatever. Is that even feasible?
Yeah, supposedly. A lot of people say he actually died there. I don't think so. But
right. Again, there you go. It's like you gotta there's so many layers and levels to this psyop.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing that gets me in my head. Reality wouldn't be this confusing if shit just happened naturally, it wouldn't be this weird and this, well, he
No, it
could have
wouldn't.
died then, and then this, and then that. Like, it's always some fuckery, always, or it wouldn't be like this. Like, when a family member you know dies, how many people do you know that's like, hey, we don't fucking know. Like, he might have died in that plane crash, but he survived and now he looks different. Like, that doesn't happen in real life. This is
Right.
fucking
You got that
crazy,
right.
man.
Yes,
No,
dude. And then it's all attached to like some weird numerology shit too. You know, there's always like some backwards numbers that you can rewrite
Yeah.
everything.
With
through. It's
him, they're
weird,
blatant
dude.
numbers.
Yeah. I know.
Him,
Right.
like you don't even have to stretch anything. And a lot of people do
even
stretch that to much.
17, 7 minus 1 is a fucking 6, man. I mean, come on, it bothers me.
A
It's
lot
weird.
of people stretch their
45
muscles
is a
to the max,
9, upside down 6. Like, it's
Yeah.
sorry.
But
Yeah.
again,
I mean, 45 and 47 are 9/11. You know. But,
damn it.
I want to see somebody take something factual that everyone knows is true and then try to find some numerology around it that makes it seem like some fuck shit. Like, I bet you
That
still
wouldn't be hard.
can. I bet exactly.
I think
So
you can.
how
That's why I
much
have to
credence
take
can we
numbers,
give
like,
it?
unless the numbers are blatant and perfect matches, I don't stretch any of that
Yeah.
shit. They have to be perfect, and they have to coincide with something else, like with the eclipses I found for him, not just some random number I can flip upside down or whatever. A lot of people, numbers, you can make them pretty much what you want.
Dude,
eventually.
there's a very easy way to make my birth date into 666 if you do the normal stuff where you flip it and do this. So apparently I'm Satan if you go by that. So it's like he's like click, he disappears. That'd be fucking hilarious. BiffDon's
Somebody
just like,
told
I'm
me
done.
Somebody told me to code my own life, put it in the
Mm.
gematria thing, and see if it intersects with Trump at all. Right. So I put my birthday in, then I put my wife's birthday in, and for some reason I had it clicked on years, months, and days, and it went 8 years, 8 months, 0 weeks, 22 days, 88022. I was like, fuck,
Oh my
you gotta
God,
be fucking kidding
come
me.
on.
That's the difference between me and my wife, age-wise. I was like, no.
Oh.
I was like, I'm
Are
done.
you
Done.
serious?
Not doing it again. That was the first thing I tried, and the last thing I tried. I was like, okay, done here.
Definitely.
That's crazy.
I was like, there's
man.
no odds for this shit. What the? I mean,
No.
I guess it's probably coincidence, but it freaked me out, so I just stopped anyway.
That's insane. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
I went back to check it the other day. I was like, was that real? Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
At this level of play, can we all say that coincidence is out the window, right? Like,
Oh, coincidence is way the fuck out the window.
okay,
Way out the window.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody out there
Yeah.
that's still trying to even.
You know,
argue
I
that
have
shit.
trouble wrapping my head around how the fuck they could plan this shit like so perfectly and then act it out. And like, how can you do that? Who has the brain power to
My
pull off something
only
like that?
two answers for that are either it is a
Mm.
simulation and that it's all a computer program that's acting it out, or it's Satan himself and the fallen angels that have a lifetime, well, multiple lifetimes of knowledge, heaven
Mhm.
knowledge, all of that. There's no
Mhm.
human being that
Yeah.
could plan and would waste his time planning 3 generations ahead of time. Maybe financially, like, oh, I'll earn a bunch of money so my family doesn't have to worry. But you're not planning steps hoping your great grandchild follows the plan.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And you basically, if you're going to accept this plan, you have to start either also taking in the Bible or the Matrix. I mean, one or the other.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
plan specifically?
Well,
What's the plan
that?
specifically, or do you think?
no, I'm to basically awaken the whole world and overthrow. the
That
evil of the world.
part, the Great Awakening, as we say, right?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. So at what? To what
But we're
end?
being reprogrammed straight up. That's exactly
That's
what's
what.
going on.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask. Like, to what end is this doing? You know what I mean? Like, hey, here's all the secrets that you're not supposed to know, and
Right.
we're going to act like
Yeah.
we're going to act like we're still doing it, even though you know, and you're watching us do it, and you're figuring it out, and you're telling everybody else that we're doing it, but we're still going to do it, and then we're going to drop these breadcrumbs and maybe not do it exactly like you think we're going to do it, but we'll do it later because, future proves past, past proves future, whatever, and all this stuff. Like, I'm always like, to what end?
It also like interferes with, our purpose of being here is to probably live, and it basically puts that on pause. You know what I mean? We're not having a life. We're sitting here trying to figure out some shit, and then what? You just die in the middle of trying to figure it out. What's the point of that?
Oh, fuck.
You're never gonna figure it out.
I mean, is it because one could easily ask, are the people that aren't on the internet, are they going through this?
No, I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Well,
That's-
yeah, but some of them are watching CNN or even Fox
Yeah, they'll
or
pick some of it.
whatever.
I mean, but if it's not from media, though, nothing is happening to them.
Yeah. We don't watch news in my house at all unless it's a debate or something and that we want to see
Yeah.
because it's going to
That
be
is
funny.
just
But
plan, and we're part of the plan. And
Yeah.
they're programming us through the internet so that we could turn around in real life and go program people face to face.
It kind of feels
Yeah.
like that sometimes, dude.
Doesn't it?
One thing,
Dude, when you
One
think
thing-
about that, it just keeps on going and going. You could literally just think about it forever, and you're like, man,
Well,
am I part of the
yeah.
plan, or is this whole thing built around me, or you could
Right.
go in a million different areas, and I don't think you'll ever figure it out.
So a lot of things people don't notice is like when Trump came around, he already had people in place to like all over the internet to bolster his message. It was totally inorganic.
Okay.
I don't know if people want to accept that, but it's true. They're fucking everywhere.
Hmm.
Everywhere. And then Q too. Those guys were ready to go as well.
Oh yeah.
That blew up so hard, dude.
Like they knew it was going to last and last and last and not just be one post or two posts.
Right.
That's why they set up their whole fucking like lives around it and their whole program. Like Jordan Sather was one of them. Somebody must have tipped that fucker off.
Yeah.
He was there like first week starting to do it.
That whole We the Media clique is just weird. You know.
It is
like-
weird.
They've been called out too. You know what I mean? And why would you even like knowingly have pictures of you doing this and shit? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, I
just-
know.
it blows my mind. Like it's almost like he was set
well,
there.
now
to-
we got one of you doing it, bro. So
Oh, shit. No.
Okay,
You don't have a
bro.
Kabbalah
Sure.
bracelet on there, right? I caught Jordan with his Kabbalah bracelet, and I called him out
Oh.
on it.
See,
And then
that's-
he freaked out. He freaked out, and he told me it was his girlfriend's hair tie. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh.
It's his.
I was like, you're just wearing that on your wrist, are you? Okay, bro. Sure, yeah.
Wow.
It's a thread from his bra.
No, seriously. I was like, really, man? Really? Get the fuck out of here.
That's
It was.
insane.
It got
It's my
pretty ugly.
girlfriend's hair tie.
Yeah, I don't know.
This
man.
guy deleted Fred. I'm like, I don't need to like just poke and poke and poke forever. I'll point out something, but then I don't like to just totally brutalize someone.
Some of the more
Yeah.
legit underground anons and all them, like they're on some weird stuff now. You know, then there's always the commercial ones. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
you see all over the place on Twitter and Truth and all that.
Oh,
But
I noticed that even every would-be Christian, a lot of actual Christians have all turned New Age. All of them.
it's
all
wild. It's
Yep.
wild. Like maybe okay. Now
Yeah,
we're
that-
getting to a little more media.
I've actually been thinking about that a lot recently.
They're-
That
They're really
has started
quoting
to bother
Alex
me.
Bailey and Helena Blavatsky and the Theosophical Society, and they don't even know it. They don't know it. Some of them do, but I mean, they're the ones that actually care and like that stuff. But
Mhm.
the regular Christians right now, they're mixing them together.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I mean, because it's extremely intriguing. It is. It's all right.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. And
People didn't like it for because it wasn't. They like it because it is. And it definitely is intriguing.
Yeah, no, that's how they draw you in, man. That's how they get you
Well,
to look at stuff.
Think about how many people are probably on X now that only watch Tucker Carlson on Fox too. Because I know he
Yeah.
had to bring over a fuck ton of people with him.
Yeah. What do you guys think of him?
Well, he wears the red bracelet too, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he
exactly.
does.
Mhm.
What do you think of his newfound talk of Christianity, which seems entirely fucking scripted to me? But
I actually
think
haven't
that-
heard any of it.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Give us an example here.
oh god, there's a couple clips of him. He's saying how he is a normal guy. He didn't really care about this stuff, and now he said Bible people are the only real people in the world, and Christ is the only way. He was saying it just a couple of days ago to somebody.
I find it odd because I don't follow him, but I've heard that in the last week or two that Russell Brand did that also. All of a sudden said he's a Christian and is coming out and talking about it. So
We're supposed to think that like Jesus stopped by at Russell Brand and Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. I mean, these are all people that you would assume were hired by Trump already. They're all fucking
That's a
actor,
great point.
newscaster. I mean, they're all worth tons of money, and we know Candace was an actress or wannabe actress,
Right. Yes, she was.
and Tucker is, and he comes from the Swanson family that owned the Swanson TV dinners. He was already, yeah,
and all
yeah,
the
it's a-
turkeys
it's
or chickens or
stepmom.
whatever, all of it.
yeah, and that's why his middle name is Swanson.
Yeah, did
Slippy-
people forget like when he was wearing the polka dot tie and everyone
I
thought
know.
he was just a dweeb and he was the CNN corporate, just suck ass brown
Yeah.
noser? Come
I
on.
know.
That's probably all a show too, though. They're like, we're gonna make him look super nerdy and normal because we know he's gonna be the biggest one in 10 years or whatever.
Give his heel
Just move him up.
turn later on down the road,
Yeah.
Well,
like
they
in
knew.
WWE.
Trump is using these guys like chess pieces. He is, and it's working.
Right.
The
But
masses
is he
totally
I'm
buy
just gonna
everything.
say, is he really that smart? Like, okay, before
Him or
Trump
somebody
ran,
working for him.
before he ran for
Mhm.
president, I couldn't stand him. I was like, this fucking dude on The Apprentice, this you fired. That dude,
You
like I
fired.
couldn't handle him, man.
Right,
I
he
was
was
like,
full of
he's a
himself.
total idiot.
He's just the guy. Yeah, he's the guy who's around that everyone hates. That thinks that he's like better than everyone and he's above everyone else and can do whatever the hell
Yeah.
he wants.
Dude,
I think
but
personally, I think he
that's-
is the best marketer, best salesman, or pitchman to ever live.
But that's what I think it is. So I was like, I
That is what it-
remember arguing with an ex about how Obama was going to be a great president. Like that's where I was at that long ago, the first time. And then I heard Trump, and because I didn't really pay attention to politics. It was just superficial. Like I heard this, I
Right.
heard that, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I was all about hell yeah, like people should have whatever freedoms they want. I'm not against that. Like yeah, do what you want. But I mean, I wasn't thinking that meant a little boy was going to be made into a little girl at the time.
Yeah, and
so,
they're going to start forcing on our kids in class and all that
Yeah.
bullshit. We thought they were going to
Exactly.
grow up and make their own personal choice, and that's all.
exactly.
Everybody
So
beat.
that's where I was. So it got
Not
way
like you have to
different.
learn what all this shit is. Like, no.
But then I
Yeah.
heard Trump, and I was like, dude, this guy's an idiot. And then I finally listened, and it was because of Bill, actually. And I
Mhm.
was like, man, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
Have you noticed
I don't
that the-
disagree with that.
The
So-
timing of them starting to force it on everybody, though, is the same exact time that Trump came up. So he would be the equal force that all the counter would
Yeah.
go behind.
Yeah.
You know, it feels inorganic to me. It feels like the Antifa was on the fucking payroll. Everybody just to get people to want to fight back against them.
Right.
And then those people are out.
Freedom. Right. Like fight for your
Yeah.
The
freedom.
same thing with the arrest. That all feels like bullshit to me.
Which
Oh
is
yeah, totally.
which is why I feel like this is a military kind of thing, man. I mean,
I mean,
because we've
maybe. I mean,
done it
is this the
before.
way to go about it? Just bullshit the entire public for fucking
know, I
10
know.
years?
Oh, dude, I know.
There's some stupid people out there.
We've done it.
Man,
We've
there's-
done it with other countries. We've overthrown countries by doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lying to the people about their leaders and all that shit.
Oh, for sure.
know?
Yeah. And we put our own
So,
guys
like,
into the-
I mean, for it not to be some sort of military-esque, you know what I mean, or derived from a military coup-like overthrow
Yeah.
stop, it seems like it can't be anything but that at some sort of way.
And
You
then-
know what I mean?
Then you go back. I mean, personally, I think this is a very evil way to go about it, though. To completely just mind fuck everyone.
I know.
I mean, you can claim that you're undoing whatever,
but what
but
if
you're
they're
also doing a lot of things.
because they're typing
Right.
it into some supercomputer and it's giving them results of every other scenario that they would have tried? You know, like what if we just came right out and said, "Yeah, these
Yeah.
all these people are eating kids. Everybody in Washington's corrupt, and now we just got to figure it out." People would have
Yeah.
lost. It,
I-
you know what I mean? Like
People just take the whole eating kids for granted. I mean, I don't know. I haven't fucking seen it personally. I mean, great. I want them to die if they did, but you know what?
Right.
No, they actually did, and they're not just fucking with us.
Right.
So, what do you think about the increased activity around Gitmo? What do you think that's about?
I don't know. I mean, are we taking that? I mean, he did make it bigger. I don't think he has any problem putting his enemies away.
No, I don't either.
Whether the people that he says are his actual enemies, I don't know. Because they used
Dude,
to be his friends.
I'm up in the air. I'm honestly asking. I'm not trying to get a certain answer out of you. Like, I honestly don't know, man. This shit is confusing. I'm the first to admit, like, I see both ways. I see where Trump, not the Jesus way. The people who are Jesus Trump people, they need to stop. They need to stop. It's absolutely
they
ridiculous.
need to go to church.
Yeah, y'all motherfuckers
No,
need
there's been
Jesus.
so much Trump and Christ pre-programming. I found it all, man.
I know, and that part is messed up, and I do agree
it's there.
that's
Who
sus.
did that, and for how long has this shit been going on? Like, because it's all right there.
It is sus. I'll say that for sure.
Oh, beyond.
Yeah.
Like when I'm like, why do they keep doing it? It's the same thing. It's time travel. It's Trump, and it's Jesus every single time.
I know that part's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like all that
That
stuff.
part's
And I've
ridiculous.
gotten arguments with people. Oh my god! Like I've gotten arguments with people. Like you just don't know. I'm like, dude, you're telling Q's telling me to think about it logically. I'm thinking about it logically, man. Like calm the hell down. Like everything you're saying is not logical. Okay.
Right.
What I'm telling you is that you're being fed this information. The powers that be or the military or whoever can get into the internet and set shit up. They could put a book on Amazon talking about Trump. They could have done it when Amazon first started and set all this. Everything could have been set up for this moment. No, it's just no, man.
That's where you have to think it's that big. You do.
Right. Well, yeah, the military, the industrial complex is no small thing, right? Like, and it's
this plan did do that. It did do that. They have laid the groundwork for this for
we got the
internet upon decade,
right? I mean, like it was just a military thing first.
And wasn't the Flat Earth Society website like one of the first websites ever?
Was it really?
I'm pretty sure it was like way back when that website was created.
That's crazy.
The one that,
I was just gonna say,
one that talks about the Earth moving upwards.
Yeah, and
in space.
9.8 meters per second. That ridiculous.
And that's what causes gravity.
Yeah. The PSYOP one or the controlled opposition one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, I think the internet did become a double-edged sword. I think this is what I think. I think they needed it to advance their plan, but they also knew that it would advance the other side's plan. What? What, bitch?
If
What'd
there
you
is
say?
No, sorry, dude. I was like, who's they?
Who's they?
I don't know.
You know what's weird is, like,
I
who
never.
knows?
So I was looking at documents who finally proved who they were, and there was something covering most of it, and all I could see was a J. So I don't know what the rest of it was. We can go from there. So that's all I could see. But
It's just
Jose.
so anyway,
Next
I
level.
don't know, man. I don't know. Go ahead.
Community
I forgot
note
what
this
I was saying.
podcast. Is that gonna happen?
You cut me off,
What
and
is Jehovah?
now I'm not getting paid for my Eagle posts, bro. Dude, so there's a Jehovah's Witness place right down the street from my house, and I was walking my dog today, and I could hear music, and I think it was from them. Are they allowed to sing music? Does anybody know? I know they can't celebrate birthdays or anything like that.
They can do
but-
music.
Okay, so that was definitely it.
Yeah,
I can
they,
hear music.
They don't celebrate holidays though. That's the devil.
No Christmas, no your birthday. Your birthday's not special.
Yeah, we used to ring. We had a girl in our neighborhood who was Jehovah's Witness on Halloween. We would just destroy that doorbell.
All the Jehovah's Witnesses by us were Haitian though, so it was
we
weird.
lost-
Oh no!
No, that's
My
good.
other one
You good,
died.
bro?
My other
Let
phone
me
died, and it doesn't take a charge through a cord. I have to put it on one of the stupid magnet ones,
Oh, yeah.
or the
Right.
ones you lay it down on.
Mhm.
So, so I had to switch to this one. Sorry about that.
They zapped
It's
you
okay.
again.
Nah,
I'm
that
just
was
writing down the times
Yeah,
when you
myself.
came back. So, Deathkin.
I'm watching the corner.
Oh, what? Edit?
All right. But are you writing it down? You're not going to remember, dude. You think
I
you
am-
will.
I'm typing it down.
Well, you're not in your
motherfucker.
40s yet. So, me, I'm like, oh, I'll remember that. Nope. 15
Problem
minutes
is,
later,
I
it's
write
gone.
it down, but then I forget where I put it. So it's whatever. I know I wrote it down here somewhere. Yeah.
It's on your hat.
So another
Anyway,
thing
so
want-
I don't even remember where we
Yeah.
were, but go ahead.
I have something I wanted to bring up. Like, I feel like a lot of the stuff we're going through is some sort of test. A lot of it is a test.
I agree.
COVID specifically was a test, basically to see how you treated each other, to see if you use your brain and actually look at things before just taking people's word for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure everybody failed that one in some way.
Are you referring to the COVID thing?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, never took
Yeah.
a test, never got vaccinated, obviously. I've never
And
done,
people were
like, my life
brutal
was
to each other.
zero different because of COVID, other than watching it play out.
Yeah. It was weird.
It was super.
It was
No,
real
I know a
weird.
lot of people whose lives were very different. Even my
Basic-
wife at work, they made them do different stuff, and they pressured her at first to get the vaccine and all this. I mean,
A
it
lot of
was-
people thought they were doing something for the greater good. A
yeah,
lot of people
that's what I
just-
told her. I
a
was
lot of
like,
people
they
just
thought
roll
they
over
were
so they
doing
get
the
a
right
cheeseburger,
thing.
You know what I mean? They did.
Donut.
Yeah, exactly. They just rolled over so they can go out and do their little things. But
Oh, Krispy
not
Kreme?
not knowing that they could just pull this again and again, or just a lot of people say, "Oh, you released the vaccine, so we would have to wait 10 years." I'm like, they could. The media wanted you to get the vaccine. They could have just gone on there and said, "Hey, it didn't work. Go back to lockdown."
Yeah,
Right.
could've.
That's all they had to do.
Yeah,
And
they
didn't.
literally offered my wife money at work to take it. So I don't know
Ugh.
if any of
Wow.
you know had similar stories or anything like that. My job just said I work for a very small company, so my boss was just like, "Yeah, you should take it," and I was like,
Yeah, same.
"No, I'm not gonna." But that was the end of it. My wife's work, they
So much
offered her money. They like kind of were like, you should. We're not telling you have to, but you should.
That's what I'm thinking.
So,
The test was they make your life worse in some way. Like
yeah,
either your kid's wearing a mask and you see that and it's driving you nuts and you want to do something about it so they don't have to do that anymore. And what do? They make everybody take the vaccine. And guess what? You had to still wear them anyway. So that
I
didn't pay
know.
off.
I know.
And I think the real test,
Sad.
the people thought they were doing it for the greater good. At least that's the fake ass excuse they were using when they caved.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody was trying to save somebody else when they took a needle. Okay. Let's just be
Nope.
honest here. They weren't trying to save somebody else. They were trying to save themselves or just cave in immediately and go on with life. But I honestly think the real test is, do you actually give a fuck about being a free creature in this world?
Yeah.
And if you did, then you have to push back. And a lot of people didn't. But a lot of people did.
What's crazy about that is though, like me personally, like I made the Obama joke before, but it was true. Like I literally was like, Obama, blah, blah. Like I never thought about any of this because none of the opposition was strong enough to make me think about it. It was always just like, oh, you can do what you want. But then once they started trying to force stuff on me, I was like, wait a minute. I need to look at myself and see where I stand. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, you're not going to
Yeah.
tell me what I'm going to do to my body. I immediately, me, my wife, and luckily, unknowingly to me at the time, my mother, my brother, and my sister all were like, I'm not fucking taking this. I'm not doing it. And none of them got vaccinated. So some people, it was an instinctual thing, and some people like came around later, and I don't know.
Yeah. It's like they were literally, you could see it in their face when they're on TV. They were enjoying it. Like someone put them
Oh,
up in
yeah,
test,
dude.
and they were just taunting us, like, "Oh, you better get it, or you're not gonna be able to go to the nightclub or whatever." And then when you get it, you still can't go to a fucking nightclub anyway. But I think we were supposed to. I mean, this is just me, but push back against it and not just postpone it until the next fight when they do it again and again and again and again. Because if everybody caved, why wouldn't they do it again? You know?
Yeah, speaking about you
What do you-
talking
what do you-
about them enjoying it, I think the best video is Justin Trudeau talking about, like, yeah, I felt a rush. Like, it felt so great. Like, I was a superhero or whatever the hell he said. Like,
Right?
it literally
they
was
were really
like
playing it up. I honestly think they wanted you to see them bullshitting you. If you're paying attention,
that's
you
how
could
I
see that
feel
they were
too.
mocking you. Yeah, they put it so far over the top, especially him.
So do you think the ones that didn't see that, are they useless eaters?
I think they are not helping the cause of humanity. If someone is testing us, or if God's testing us, or if whoever's testing us is using those people as pawns, and they're playing their roles. They don't even do anything. They just sit there and recite whatever the fuck they're told. They're just puppets. People hate them, love them. They don't actually do anything except for go there and read lines like an actor. That's it.
So do you think NPCs are a real thing, or whatever you want to call them? Like, I know that's a generalization, but I firmly believe that there's people that just like don't have that inner monologue. They don't have that what I like to call it is a self-checking mechanism to look at yourself and say, what am I doing? Like,
I think this is why I don't get along with a lot of people. Like, I'm not that I don't get along with them. It's like I just don't care for them.
Yeah, you don't find any value in
you're
it.
like, oh, that's gross.
Yeah, it's just gonna
I feel like there's some sort of like programming going on that's like turned people more into NPC. It's like they've tried this multiple times, and I feel like there's like some sort of focus group that they test to find out like, are these people ready for us to fuck them over real hard? Because they tried like, how many bird flus were there before? And then there was H1, and then there was SARS, then there was whatever other bullshit virus they tried to throw at us, and everyone was like, dude, this is a crock of shit forever. And then all of a sudden like we became pussified just enough to like go along with it. If they tried that 5 years before, everyone would have told them to fuck off. They're like, dude, I'm not a pussy, we'll see what happens. But they finally waited until everyone
Trump made it even harder, I think. I mean, if it was Hillary, the entire right would have fought back, actually fought.
Yes.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. I haven't thought about it like that before.
That's why he's there. They made it that much harder for everybody.
He swung the pendulum so badly too. It's like, dude, when Trump was in office, I felt like I could get away with saying whatever I wanted to, and then all of a sudden it was like Biden went in and the wind went out of our sails. And it's oh shit, you say the wrong thing, you're gonna get fired from your job. And you can feel it again, where everyone feels like, oh, Trump's coming back. We can say whatever we want again. You can feel it. Everyone's dropping the N-bomb now.
You lost
it coming real hard back.
I was an insurance agent until COVID came around. I lost my job during the lockdown.
Oh my gosh!
I had a career. I mean, I had a career when you walk in the door. I was already making a lot per year before I even actually had to do anything. That's because I was there for a long time,
right?
And I get residual income. From that.
You're obviously, I don't want to ask you what you do, but you're obviously an intelligent dude. There's no two ways about that. Whether someone agrees with what you say or not, the way that, and I made a post about it today, the way you see things, man, just not to be too nice to you. Like, I like you, but like, dude, the way you see things sometimes, I'm like, God damn, dude, why not me? Why didn't I see that? Like, that's how I feel. Like, how is this dude seeing shit that goes right over my head? I'm jealous.
In the beginning of this, like when I saw those accounts, I'm like, wow, these people are so much fucking smarter than me. And then I realized that they were all planning to say that shit. All of them. That's how they got 200,000 followers in like 5 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is back in like 2017, 18. I'm like, why are these guys so much smarter than me? And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my own angles and go from scratch. And then that's the way I do everything. Like I start out slow and I finish fast. You know what I mean? And it's been a grueling process.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Get good at being able to pick things apart.
There's something there. There's something there.
There's something there, yeah.
You're that, ladies.
Yeah, ladies.
That's how we do it in the phone booth, man. I'm sorry. That's what happens.
Everybody's open.
Hold on, my cats are destroying each other. Yo, guys, break it up over here.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I deal with that every day. Don't feel bad. Don't apologize. I have a Bengal. They're crazy. They're crazy.
Yeah, they are.
I can hear them in the background meowing right now.
Those things can jump like 10 feet in the air just straight up.
Yeah, that's real awesome. But you know what else they can do? They can scream in your face at 2 a.m, and they always try to. You son of a bitch.
That'd be tough, man. Awesome. I'd feel bad if I had a Bengal. I'd feel bad. I feel real bad.
So let's go off it's still on topic, but the director, Richard Kelly, the guy from Donnie Darko, the guy from The Box, which nobody's even really seen. It's completely underrated. And Southland Tales. he's touching on the same things in every single one, and it all relates. Like the box and pushing the button that he offers her money, and basically in advance of offer. Did you ever see this movie, The Box?
Wait a second. Is that the one where you get the money and
You push the button. Yeah.
if you push the button, but somebody
Yeah,
dies?
I did see that actually.
Right.
Yes.
But
Okay, I didn't know that was the same dude who did Donnie Darko.
If you pay close attention to that movie, so before when it starts out, her husband works for NASA of all places, and she's a teacher, and their life is going good. But right before they're made that offer, things start happening, and he doesn't get his job promotion. His wife gets embarrassed at work by one of this dude's employees, who she doesn't even know it's his employee yet.
Right.
He makes fun of her club foot, and then their son, and then all of a sudden they pull her son's tuition. He was getting free tuition because she worked at the school. They took that away. Then they come in with the offer, just like the fucking vaccine, where they take everything away from you. Then they come in with the vaccine. It's the same exact thing.
Oh.
This guy fucking knew shit, and I caught on to it. He knows a lot more than anybody should know. He saw they rigged that against you first, then they offer it to see if you just cave.
Yeah,
Or if you'll fight back.
give in.
And if you do cave, like in that movie, there are possibly terrible consequences. For them, it was god awful. One of them had to wind up dying, and one of them had to be the one to do it to the other one, kill him. But and they were tortured mentally for a long time before it happened, though. He totally just fucking fucked with them.
That's crazy,
nasty.
dude.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, the similarities are pretty.
I'm uploading a Donnie Darko clips I made, and fucking Twitter or X won't let me do it. I've been trying to do it all day.
I'm gonna be honest.
99%, and then that's it. It just stops. And
I've only watched
like I never uploaded it.
Donnie Darko once in my life, and it was like 9 months ago. And it was literally because you were talking about it. You can ask my wife. I was like, BiffDon keeps talking about this movie. I've heard about it my whole life. But like I just, for some reason, maybe like I was not in that groove when it came out. I don't know. I never saw it.
It came out when we were in like high school, I think.
Let's do a Mystery Science Theater 3000.
No, dude,
oh hell yeah!
People's minds with that
What's
shit.
Donnie Darko with like Dark Side of the Moon playing?
They watch Donnie Darko until they watch it with me, and then they'll be like, "What the fuck,
dude?" So for real though, let's set that up. Let's live stream it. I'll live stream it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Find me a place we can stream it, and you can talk over it, and we'll all talk over it.
Yeah,
dude, I am so excited about this.
Dude, that's an amazing idea.
Let's do it.
That is an amazing idea.
It's gonna.
I've only seen it once too.
What do you? I'm curious to hear what you have to say. What do you think about like the pendulum turning back with the mainstream media is like kind of putting out info about the vax hurting people now? What's that all about?
Consequences. That's what that's about. You gave in
Sucks
too
to
quickly.
suck.
You didn't fight back against us. You wanted your little life, and now you're going to pay for it. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
That's simple.
I know people say there's death here, death there. I don't think we've seen the extent of what this thing can actually do yet. That's my opinion.
No,
Yep.
at all.
I don't either.
That's what I'm saying. I've barely seen many side effects.
I think it's
dormant,
like
delayed, or it could be activated.
It's like a wound that you get. So say you're wandering through the desert and you cut your fucking leg open on a rock or whatever. If you're healthy, you're gonna last a while. You're gonna keep going. If there's something wrong with you, it's gonna be amplified. So that's why we're seeing all these people that had underlying cancer. And I literally know 2 people in my own personal life that I knew for years that have died of cancer, that have both been vaccinated, and a third one who is in hospice who was vaccinated, who's gonna die of cancer, but she started doing ivermectin and a bunch of other stuff. So hopefully she'll come back.
We know 2 kids that got it. They both had the vax. They both got cancer. One
exactly.
of them died.
So there's definitely something.
Not doing well.
That's fucked.
I know a few that actually a few people that are close to me. One passed away, a brain tumor, very recently, but someone who's very close to me just got diagnosed with a brain tumor and had surgery and had it removed. So I'm praying for that recovery, but both vaxxed.
But then there's also like the people who are dropping like flies who are like a ton of European soccer players and shit. Like peak health.
It's tough
like
to say.
you can't.
Are they just fucking Masons faking it?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yes, that's what I'm
It's-
saying. Is that even, I don't know.
I saw
Who knows
like
what to believe
one
anymore?
kid at high school, they did it, and it was like W.H. Mason High School, and it was like 33 years old.
Oh, fucking.
Oh.
Hey,
I
Freemasons
do
don't
wonder
nothing,
about
bro.
those football
I see
players,
them, and
dude. I
people
mean, is
jump
that
all over
just
them because they want that narrative. When they want a narrative, they'll take it and run with it like it's real, but it's probably not.
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, you got to assume that everything needs to be scrutinized to death. You can't
No,
just
man.
take
I
it
think
because
just
you
a
like
bunch
it.
of drinking buddies, though. So
You can't just take it because you didn't take the vax and you want them all to be dead. You can't just jump on that. It may be bullshit. It may be more bullshit to fuck with your head
Right.
to see if you run with it, or see if you'll use your discernment and find out that that's bullshit too. Like it's really hard.
Do you think
What
it
about
could have
that football player from Buffalo? That was weird.
Oh
What the hell
god.
was his name? Oh god!
I mean,
And then he came out wearing the
I
weird,
don't
like
think he was replaced. I just think he faked the
SpongeBob
whole
shit.
fucking thing. I think he faked the whole thing.
Yeah,
Entire thing.
Totally.
I mean, there's 33s all over the place, and then he's doing all kinds of weird coded shit and wearing satanic clothes. Get the fuck out of here.
What is
Fuck
this
that.
shit, man? They're fucking with us so
Fucking
bad.
Sonic ass. Fuck that.
That's why I don't think it's. But I don't think it's Elon. I don't think it's him. I think he's
What?
such a clown. I don't think that's really Elon. That's the same reason why, because he does such
You don't
clown.
think Elon is the real Elon?
No. I think he's a
I
clown
mean, there
actor.
could be 2 or 3 guys.
Well, you
in
saw
there.
him back in
That's
like
hard to
that
tell.
dude. 20 years ago, he looked like he was like 60 years old, and
I
now
know,
he's
he's
like
balding and
no
shit.
hair.
He was balding when he was like 23. You know what's weird about Elon is like he has plenty of money, but never starts companies from the ground up. He buys somebody else's company.
Yeah.
And
Right.
what's weird about our government hates him, but they love giving him startup money, don't they?
Mhm.
And then they love giving his customers a whole bunch of money to buy his cars in the form of a tax cut.
Yep.
It's true.
So
Yeah.
he just put it out the other day, $7,500 tax credit if you buy one of his cars. They're fucking forcing the electric kingdom on us, and they're using him to do it. And he's
Right.
getting all
Dude,
the
I think
benefit out
that's
of it.
actually on top of like another $10,000 credit that you get for going green too. It's a bonus credit, so you get like almost $20,000 off of your car because you already get $10,000 for the green energy credit, and now it's another. They want everyone in electrical cars.
You see that
Let's just
video
be
I
honest with
reposted
that.
with somebody's charging their Cybertruck? You see that? Did you see that one?
What
So
happened?
He was charging his Cybertruck, and this lady's like comparing herself getting gas to it. It took him 1 hour and 36 minutes, and for 269 miles, and it cost him $73 to do it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
Meanwhile, she filled up her
$100.
tank for
Ooh.
66 in 1 minute and 52 seconds, and she got 400 some miles out of it. She was like, what the
That's
fuck?
so
bad.
Dude, I saw another one where the dude was charging it for like 12 hours and he got half a tank and it cost him 50
Can you imagine
bucks.
going on a road trip? Oh, I gotta get gas, and then you're sitting there for like fucking 2 hours. Like,
Again, I've said it before. Where do these people have the time for this?
I
Like-
don't know. I mean, the only way you can do it is overnight and not go far. That's the only way you could do it. Like
I
could
mean, if
never
it
do
isn't
My wife
obvious
could
that
never
they're
do it.
trying, if it isn't obvious that they're trying to limit limit people
Yes.
from traveling,
Another thing you
that's
gotta
the
push
main
back
factor
or
there.
at least like give us a car that goes 1,000 miles or something. But
Yes,
200
They
miles.
easily
That's
could.
right.
I mean, like they did in the 40s or 30s or whatever it was.
Exactly. Yeah, does it? I mean, do these electric cars have to weigh 5 billion pounds? It's just going to take it that use that much more energy to
Yeah.
get around.
In
Dude,
the
I don't-
40s,
I
they
don't
had like
know
a
if we-
Model T. Model
If
T
we
that
talk
could
to
go
you
like
about
1,000.
this, I know they did back then. That's what I was going to. I don't know if we talked to you about this last time. So, how do you feel about the year we're actually in? What they did with ancient technology, Tartaria, all of that. Like, I don't know where I 100% stand on it, but I
I
know
don't know
what they
either.
tell
I
us is
just keep
bullshit.
digging. I haven't decided.
Yeah, it's rough.
I mean,
man.
I mean, could we have been reset a couple times? Probably.
Yeah.
And you don't even need a simulation to do that. They could have just literally destroyed it all.
Yeah. And just started teaching something new.
If they
And
could
that's it.
manipulate the weather better than they can now, they could have literally just flooded the whole thing
Yeah.
and hid somewhere and then just.
Right.
Whoa,
Who knows, man?
Whoa.
Dude, I'll tell you, I'm in the Black Hills right now, and this place is nuts. And if this place has probably more evidence of resets and all sorts of shit, petrified everything. Like how is this place even formed? But then the rocks look exactly like they're like wood chips, dude. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you guys later a couple pictures of like a piece of wood right next to the rocks. These giant rocks, they look exactly the same.
Yeah,
This is wood.
Great. It's wood, petrified wood,
petrified
sure.
cypress wood.
I'm getting
tree.
wood just thinking about it.
Hey,
Noise.
So let's go. So we're already an hour and 15 minutes in. We need to get to this. BiffDon and Bill.
So
Duke it out about Trump,
What?
man. Let's do this.
Yes.
well, we kind of already touched on it a little bit. I told him
I know
how
we touched on it, but I want it to be more violent.
about
Let's
Trump.
go.
I don't.
No,
I don't
I'm just
feel
kidding.
either way. All right, here's the deal. Okay, I don't feel I'm indifferent when it comes to him personally. I think he's a stooge. I think he's used. He's being used like as a front person to play this thing out, right? That's what the real underlying question is. What is this thing, right? Like we were talking about before. What is this thing that is being played out? Because it literally is. Anybody that could sit there and say these aren't actors and they're not doing, come on, stop.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. It's
Right.
like
Like,
that.
Who do they work for? Like, who do they work for? All of them work for something.
Right.
I wonder if they even know.
I think the central casting thing's real. I think the central casting thing's real. He's dropped the hints, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Trump was part of the Epstein thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I think maybe he was backing it.
Okay, so you think he was financially involved with it, and because I think
he might have compartmentalized himself from that aspect, but he's the one that benefited from this leverage. I guarantee it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the Epstein leverage. Who do you think it went to?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Again,
if
like
he had
what
that leverage on them, he could order them around and make them do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, but what you said yourself before, you don't think he's smart enough to do that on his own, right? Like, there's got to be somebody. That's a lot of preparation.
No. Mafia tactics and blackmail. I think that's right up his alley.
But like to stay away from it and to back it, knowing. Okay, well, I guess that's not too far off.
It's amazing that everybody just overlooks that whole relationship.
Right.
The mafia, yeah.
Yeah, he kicked him off his golf course, which is hearsay that one article was planted, which Trump could have had written himself after shit hit the fan. He could have paid somebody to write that article. Those people are for sale. You throw them $10,000, they'll write you a fucking article if you want one.
Yeah.
We don't know if that happened to Trump and Epstein. We don't fucking know for a fact.
And that's not like really 4D chess type shit either. That's just regular old chess.
Trump answered the phone. If Trump is using leverage, of course they're going to say he was the only one willing to talk. Yeah, of course he is. Because he's the one that's got all the leverage. They're going to say anything good about him that he wants. As long as he keeps his shot. But, I mean, I think there's definitely leverage. And, the beneficiary of that leverage is going to come out sooner or later. I mean, maybe it was Epstein manipulating these people behind the scenes, but he's almost like a made-up fucking character. I mean, he's not. But it seems like he was a pawn from somebody.
Bro, it's weird, too. He looks exactly like a $20 bill.
Jackson?
Andrew Jackson, man.
And he's esteemed.
Who knows what Andrew Jackson really looked like, but I'm just saying.
I like how that one picture, the one fucking picture we have of him teaching, he misspelled his own name. What is that about?
I know.
Yeah.
So weird. Oh, God.
Epstein with an I-N-E instead of E-I-N.
So what do you think is going to happen?
Just like,
go ahead.
I was going to say, isn't it weird he looks just like Jack Johnson, too? You seen that correlation?
Yeah. I don't have a vagina, so I don't know.
Weird
who that
world
is,
we live in.
People are like, Trump didn't go to the island. He didn't go to the island. I'm like, do you really think Epstein only did shit at the fucking island? Get the fuck out of here. That guy had houses all over the place.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the only island, too.
They didn't do stuff with Epstein. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then they'll tell you stories about his Palm Beach house. I'm like, so he did stuff at the Palm Beach house, but but everybody who didn't go to the island is 100% cool? I don't think so.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
They're
Alan Dershowitz, I read his testimony from the original Epstein case. And he was talking about how he didn't have sex with anyone, but he got massages from girls he thought were too young in his own room that he had at Epstein's Palm Beach house. So shit went down there.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then Trump
That he
uses him
felt
as his own lawyer
comfortable
too.
enough to say that.
Why did Trump hire Dershowitz, the guy who protected Epstein? Why would he do that?
Yeah. I don't know.
For his impeachment lawyer.
I don't
And why would he put like
To
Alice
expose
Acosta?
them, bro.
Yeah.
And then the lawyer that got
Bringing it
Epstein
down.
off, the lawyer that got Epstein off, Trump gives him a cabinet position? I mean, what?
Dude,
He's
it's so weird. And then all of a sudden, Giuliani's like a part of it too, like the
I think Giuliani.
mastermind
Remember
helper
he blabbed on
behind
let's just-
9/11.
Oh yeah, we got ordered to get out of there.
Let's just listen to Giuliani, all right? Come on. Let's
You
not
remember
do
that 9/11
that.
clip of his? You guys had to have seen it.
I'm at this point, and I'm just gonna come right out and say it, that the ending not being for everyone is that Trump is gone too. And then we're watching a movie because we got to
He was
learn a
executed also.
very hard lesson that it was all of them. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a couple of accounts that I don't know if you've seen. Entheos is a very popular account. Entheo, I don't know how you say it, but have you ever seen that account? Entheo Shine. Entheo. So this guy, I don't know if it's a guy. They don't say, but
Yeah.
they say you have no idea what Trump has sacrificed and blah blah. Right now, because right now I don't see him have sacrificed anything. He's richer than he's ever been. He's more popular than he's ever been.
Right.
That's not much of a sacrifice, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's in the newspaper. But he loves that shit. He loves that shit. He's always said bad press or whatever is fine as long as he gets the last word.
Right.
His own quote. But I mean, he lives for this shit. So right now, I haven't seen him sacrifice anything unless he plans to sacrifice himself. But I mean, Entheos is very popular. They told me they're from another fucking timeline, straight up.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I can't put it past this at that point, man. I really can't.
Well, they said they were like sliders where they could just hop in and hop out. I was like, oh, okay.
I've come across a couple of those people.
They're just knee deep. They're knee deep in the psyop, man. Anybody that
Well, that person, they predict stuff and they get it right. That's why I'm interested in that account, because they actually do know things ahead of time.
right, which
Which you could be if you planned it, you know, if you planned it.
or they're just military people.
Nobody even knows who it is. It could just be, but this account started posting in like 2010, way before this shit started.
Damn.
Right.
They pegged the year that Roe v. Wade would be overturned before Trump was even a thing, before he even ran. I was like, what?
Because
How'd you do that?
the whole thing is scripted. Now, for how long it was?
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
long
no,
period,
it
for
was
sure. It
scripted.
was more than just the last 4 years. Way more than
yeah.
that. I would say way more than just 2016 as well.
Yeah,
But the thing
more
is,
than
how the
10
fuck
years for sure.
Go ahead.
How did they know he was going to be alive? How would they put all their eggs in that basket, assuming it will take them that late in life? And they can do it?
Supposedly, they tried to do it with Reagan first, and he pushed
Yeah.
out. Supposedly,
Maybe.
again, this
They
is the
coded
script
the shit out
given.
of Trump, though. I mean,
Maybe they just watched The Simpsons.
yeah. I mean, they spent a lot of time on, I can say if Trump's overweight and he doesn't eat exactly healthy, but
Right.
generally speaking, if he was one of the general population, he probably would have had a heart attack by now.
Yeah.
Or maybe he did, and it's not him. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe they're just carrying him out with somebody else
talk
because,
about
well,
that,
this
because-
was our plan.
Pretty much
I mean, there's a lot of CGI.
every big face involved in this on the Democrats and the Republicans, when you see them on TV, half the time they don't even look like real.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Right.
look
Right.
like them.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of this is 100% CGI that we're
100%.
watching.
I agree 100%. Like a lot
You
of
get on the
Biden
plane and all that
rallies,
shit, and the plane's not actually there. Like, come on, man.
those Biden's unannounced
Yes.
Biden rallies where they show clips and footage of it that nobody even knew was going to happen, the rally,
Yeah.
I think they're just not even real at all. I
Right.
think the whole, it's
That's-
either a
yes.
couple actors and a CGI Biden, or just the whole thing is fake.
And
That's
again,
what's crazy is I posted a thing that was a literal clip of him at the NATO summit of him saying, like, obviously I get what he was trying to say. He was trying to say, I talked to your wife, but he said, I fucked your wife.
He did say I thought you
And,
was.
and people were like, I
sure
know.
did.
He said it. And people were like, this must be CGI. I'm like, well, I can't say it's not CGI, but
Yeah, we can't say.
it's
Did you ever
also
notice-
from the news. So
I know. I figured out that Biden was being controlled, and I think it's probably by Trump the entire time, because he only
like with the
fucks up
controller.
the punchline when he's fucking up something. Like I'll say, God bless. Blah, 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 blah. He won't fuck up God or bless. He'll fuck up America, or he'll fuck up the most important word in the speech only,
Yeah.
Right.
which is made to stand out because he's doing it on purpose.
Right.
Well, yeah, and he just called Vladimir Zelensky Putin when he
Yeah.
introduced him.
That
That was
was
so
bad.
good.
And then he
He's
called
really
Kamala
laying on thick.
Vice President Trump in
Yep.
the
Right.
same like 2 days or day.
It's the punchline every single time. He's doing it on purpose. I know he is.
And then shaking hands with somebody who's not there. Like,
I mean, maybe that's part of some
man.
military. Yeah, I know, right? Maybe it's part of a military plan, but all I can tell you is he's doing it on purpose, and that's not even fucking him anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I know.
Right.
The dude,
It doesn't look close to
whoever
the old one.
played it, I mean, when he first came out, that's what I'm saying. There's so many things. If you go back, way back to 2020, I mean, you could literally see he's sitting there in the Oval Office. It's not the Oval Office. You could tell it's a set. He's sitting there at a desk signing things. He's not signing anything. They're blank pages. Okay.
Yeah.
And they all have they all have masks on. All of them. They still wear masks. Okay. Yeah. And I think there's something to that. I think that the whole mask thing is trying to tell you something. But that's a whole other issue. And then but when he one of his first press conferences, he's like, somebody says, Trump. He's like, God, I miss him. He's like, says it right there. And there's the one interview where he's like making fun. He's like, oh, he pulls up in his vet or whatever, and he's like, no, get back out in front, and I'll run you over. He's talking to the guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there's things that they were throwing out there, like, hey, this dude's an actor. He's here to make this person, Biden, this character, look like he's gonna start disintegrating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So everybody rallies behind the other guy. That's the only thing. I mean, who benefits from that? You know what I mean?
Yep.
True. But
I always look at who benefits from whatever situation, and Trump benefits from this by far the most.
Yep.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Nobody else is benefiting right now from Biden existence. No one. Literally nobody.
Yeah.
Hunter, maybe.
He's the
I love when
only person on
normies
Earth.
ask.
The weirdos.
I love when normies ask, who do you think's going to win the election? I'm like, what? Bro.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's
You are so far gone.
Right.
segue, as a matter of fact. Who's going to win, Biff?
Do you even think? Actually, that's what I was going to ask you. I have it written down. Do you even think that Biden will be the nominee by the time we get there?
I think that the whole party might collapse before the fake election.
I don't know, dude. I'm still sticking with my original prediction is that Biden is going to win, dude. That's the only thing that's going to ignite everyone to be like, what the hell, man? Something really is going on here.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for a while. I'm like, Biden's going to win, dude. And that's what's going to set everything off.
Yeah.
Literally, not everybody would make it because like 10,000 people would blow their brains out that day, probably.
Yeah, I know.
There's 4 to 6%.
That just secures the Democrats to win forever after that.
Let's talk about Trump's first term. So when he talks about it, he says we have the greatest economy in the world and blah, 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 blah. No. There was literally nothing fucking different. Housing prices the same. Pay was the same. There was nothing different, really, at all. The wall wasn't built. He didn't arrest them that we know of.
Right. I mean, things were a little bit cheaper. I think you can say that.
I will say costs of groceries, gas.
It's like, okay.
What happened?
But that could be a corporation being like, hey, now's our time to capitalize. Let's raise all our prices.
I bought gas for
complain.
79 cents in 1998. So.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. And Clinton was.
Dude, when I first started driving, it was like 99 cents a gallon.
99, yeah.
Dude, I posted something this morning. Did you guys see this? I posted something. My dad sent me a picture of his original receipt from the hospital when he was born. He still had it, dude.
Wow.
46 bucks, including circumcision.
46,000?
Well, if you really want to know what the true inflation rate is, take a look at that one.
I was gonna say, inflation is tied. Oil's tied to the dollar, so it's not really anything for the president per se. But I mean, for anybody, I don't know. I think it'd be crazy to think that there was the same amount of inflation now as there was then. I don't know about that. However,
what the fuck, Biff?
Way more.
It was
way
not.
more.
No, Trump.
It is way more.
Groceries are crazy. I'll go and I'll get one little bag. I'll stop in there and it's like $130. I'm like, I didn't even fucking buy anything.
It's crazy,
It's
bro.
insane.
It's only important items.
Besides gas, this is the first actual inflationary hit that is extremely obvious. The food.
Yeah.
Yes.
But is it the corporations or is it?
Yes. Yeah, they just make that shit up. They literally make it up.
Yeah.
They make up that
You
price.
can get a TV for like $200 now, a big flat screen. So who cares?
Yeah.
Like broccoli is half the price of a TV.
I mean, Trump did print $8 trillion or whatever, and he doesn't talk about that much. But
40% of the money supply. 40%.
Every single fucking budget they threw at him. He's like, okay, all right.
Yeah. Right. I know, but it's all crap. I think the whole thing was the same stooge. He was the same stooge then as he is now. You know what I'm saying? Like we're watching the same long, drawn out, stupid show.
Like the first time around, he didn't do. I mean, they'll say he did everything he promised, but he didn't do single thing that he promised. Not one.
There was
last
a lot.
time he didn't, and then we have to assume he's going to do it this time. I mean, a lot of things have changed,
right?
And maybe he will.
You are speaking from a normie
past experience. He's not going to.
Are you speaking from a normie perspective, basically?
I'm speaking from what he did in his first term. He didn't actually build a wall. He just wasted a money and put the thing with a bunch of holes in it that are miles wide.
Yeah, but do you think any of this is even real? Do you think any of it's even any of it? Like,
yeah, I don't.
Do you think that Trump's really president? Do you think Biden's really president? Do you think to me anything they tell me, I just assume is a lie, man. I just assume it's all bullshit.
Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. This is what I want to know. Yeah, he asked the right question.
Is he?
This is what I want to know about the
next time. It won't be him anyway. It would be like the military and shit. Because if you believe in this plan, they hired him. So,
right.
I mean, do you guys know anybody in the military that says this is all true?
What?
I don't know anybody.
No.
At all.
What's true? Figure some shit out, right? I mean, because as far as I can tell, all they did is fire all the good people in the military by trying to force them to get a vaccine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. That
doesn't seem like strengthening anything.
But are they in the shadow military, bro? Are they in the background now?
Maybe.
I know that's where I'm at. Maybe. What the fuck?
I think.
I'm not talking about everyday military personnel. Like, we got to remember, just the same as, compartmentalization applies to many different things, right?
Trump is buddies with Eric Prince, that guy that ran Blackwater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he said this in 2018 or 19. I put it up a few times. But he said he wanted to start a private army in the Ukraine and then requested $10 billion from Congress to do it. And then all of a sudden the war starts up in Ukraine. And he might be just fighting both sides, like fucking pretending to fight. Like, I have no idea. But this was his idea.
And from what, though? How did you hear about that?
From him. He was giving an interview and he said it was a good idea to start a private army in the Ukraine.
The mainstream media. Through the same
Eric Prince himself.
Right. So, I know, but you see what I'm saying? Like, through the same direct.
It was actually Time Magazine of all things. But
of course.
Dude, what about 5G? Isn't Trump the one responsible for pushing that through too?
Oh, we gotta watch out for 5G. Trump holds it out. Nah, fuck it.
That's true. Don't. Hey, I and
5G's
again.
Awesome.
Hey,
you're
bro,
right.
he had to do it.
Stooge. Like,
why did he roll that out when everybody was fucking sidetracked during the lockdown? Why did he fucking do it? Why did he have to pull that then?
I think the best answers to it. It's like it's an alternate 5G that actually.
It's huge, bro.
Pulled out real fast before it was too damaging, you know.
In the clouds with the chemtrails now, the good chemtrails. They're absorbing it all. Yeah,
being awake, and I really feel that a lot of that's like, hey, hello, stop making excuses for what this dude is doing and ask the questions. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
They
stop.
make excuses for him without being asked to.
Right. And it's like, it's there. It's there for you to see it. Okay. So
Yeah.
are you really awake? Now, is he do I think he's the Antichrist? No.
Well,
I
let's
think
see
he's going
things in
way
order.
too far.
He gets COVID, then $8 trillion goes out to, I don't know what the fuck it went to. And then 5G rolls out. Then a vaccine rolls out. Then artificial intelligence is just magically ready somehow.
Mhm.
Those are in order. Boom, 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 boom.
Right. By design.
It just shows up. And now it has access to literally everything because 5G is so local to everybody.
Right.
Yeah, instead of having one tower far away, there's a whole bunch everywhere.
Bro, they literally replaced all the street lights in everyone's neighborhood with 5G towers.
So, and Trump even said he wouldn't stand in the way of AI, and he pushed for more AI. Why? If everybody thinks it's going to destroy us, why the fuck do they want it?
Yeah.
Why even fuck with it? Why fuck with it?
Because it's up to us. At the end of the day, it's up to us
Yeah.
to overthrow. There's one thing that people do forget about Trump. He said, this isn't another 4-year election. He's got military standing behind him. Everything about that whole inauguration thing was completely different than any other one. Same thing with Biden's, right? I mean, I think we can all agree that there was nothing similar to any other one with those two. And he stood there and he said, we're giving the power back to you, the people. That power comes with responsibility, right? Like for us to stand up, we're the only ones sitting here on our phones like, oh my God, this is crazy. Oh, did you hear this? And all the other countries are out there standing in the streets. Well, we'll say, we see that on the right?
We see that.
But we're the only dummies sitting here in front of our screens going, oh, look what I found. Look at this. Oh, but look at this.
There's some kind of hesitation with people.
Right,
because
correct.
they're waiting for a savior to do it for them.
Right. And he's given and now and I'm glad you pointed out, because again, we go back. What has he done that shows us he's a savior?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He said the words fake and news together.
That
was his contribution to the wake up. That's it. Other than that, he stood behind Big Pharma and everybody else in the bank.
And he did say rockets to nowhere. He did say rockets to nowhere.
Great. He did say rockets to nowhere, but then he defended him and said he's awesome with rockets. So he loves slipping on his previous things. He'll say one thing and then the next day he'll go back against it again.
Right.
Like he did with the vaccines in 2013, and all of a sudden in 2020 they're the best thing ever.
Yeah. So
one of the greatest.
And they're buying it.
That's the vaccine. Yeah, one of the greatest achievements of mankind.
If
before it was even used on anyone.
But then, can you take anything he says serious?
No.
I'm the same way. I'm just asking that general.
I read parts of Art of the Deal, and his own quotes are, "People will get excited by hyperbole and bravado."
Yeah, that's
why I use it.
Right. Tell everybody how this is all laid out. This was all planned. It was
cadence. He has a cadence, and it's the greatest, the biggest, the best, the only time in history, the world's only time it ever happened, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
it's always like some kind of extreme or absolute in every single sentence of his. And people buy it. I mean, it has to fuck with people's heads, whether they know it or not. It'll be the biggest,
everything
most beautiful comeback ever. It's like, okay, just because you say that doesn't necessarily mean it. And then you hear the people with the manifestation in the background, and maybe there's some truth to that to an extent. But I mean, you actually have to do something. It doesn't just show up.
Yeah, no, just show up.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you can manifest that, but you're also maybe being tricked at the same time. I don't know.
We don't know anything. All we can do is try to decipher what's thrown at us. But the most important question is, do you think time travel is real? How do you feel about that, bro?
Yeah, but maybe not the way people think.
Yeah.
I think honestly, maybe everybody has recollections of different things, and I feel like I've kind of lived through this before in some kind of vague way.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I
Yes,
kind of know
I
how
do.
it's gonna,
I do.
how things are gonna go, like in advance a little, and I don't know where that
What
comes
if this
from.
is, dude? What if this thing plays over and over until we win it?
It might, it might.
You know?
I don't know. I mean, all their symbolism says it does. It
Yeah.
eats its own tail, and then it comes back again and does the same thing over and over.
Right.
Like we have to figure out a way to crack the code or something.
Yeah, like who plants those advanced things? Are we programmed that way, or because I mean the detail in these plants? I don't remember any of it from the past, and I would.
But part of it's like sometimes I feel like I didn't know something ahead of time, but then it happens and I'm like, I knew that was gonna happen somehow.
Yes,
Somehow,
I
yeah.
remember points in my own life well before this that were going to be turning points in my life, and these were like little things. I'm like, I should not make this call, and then I did, and my life turned a completely different direction. And I knew it before I made the call, and it was just about hanging out with one friend.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
And my life spiraled a completely different direction after that.
I know
And
exactly
I knew it
what you
before I
mean.
made the call, and I was like, what the fuck? And I knew I shouldn't.
Do it anyway.
This is a bad
And I was
choice,
like, I
but
can't be right. I'm fucking crazy. And no, I was right.
I'm gonna
It's
do
like,
it
dude,
anyway.
you shouldn't have done that, man. You shouldn't have done that. That's how you win the game. You made that mistake last time.
That
Stop
friend,
it.
he's not a friend anymore, but he wound
Yeah.
up murdering his own father.
Oh wow.
2 New Year's Eves ago. He beat him to death.
Wow.
That's how bad that guy got. Yeah.
I'm glad you turned away from him, man.
I haven't seen him in decades, thank fuck. But yeah, he did that. So yeah. Nice fucking timeline with it.
In this timeline that happened.
Yeah, hopefully in another one that didn't happen.
Yeah. Hopefully.
My other friend died of like accidental my best friend, he died of accidental was it? Oh, failed wall heater. So he was sleeping and he was in Uruguay. He was about to get married. He lived near Aruba. And he had to go back and get his birth certificate. So he was staying at his grandmother's house while he was there. And then he fell asleep. They have a wall heater, which they barely ever use. They would heat up the room before they slept in it and then turn it off.
Yeah.
They didn't tell him. He turned it on because he was cold, because he's from a fucking tropical island. So it was like 60 there, and that's cold to him. And he died just like that.
Whoa.
All during this shit ass fuck suck timeline that we're in. I hate this.
Oh man.
That's insane, man. God damn. I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't know. Does anything feel organic anymore? I don't think so.
No, the only thing I can say that feels actually more organic to me now is interpersonal relationships. Like with my wife, my mom, my brother, my sister. Those feel more real now. Everything else feels like static and fake.
For real.
That's a good point. I feel like aging is a little more real now. Like
time is going by fast.
Oh, I say that all the time, but I have a rationalization for it if you want to hear it. If it makes you feel better. So, okay, say when you're 12 years old and then you're like, okay, the summer's 3 months or whatever. That 3 months is in reference to your 12 years of life.
Yes.
So that 3 months seems long to you because it's only in reference to the 12 years you've been alive. Once you're 40 or 42, like I am, a year is only 1/42nd of the time you've been alive. So it goes by like that. And then the next year, it's only 1/43rd of the time you've been alive. And like, so every year that is a smaller percentage of your reference of knowledge. So it feels quicker and quicker. At least that's what I tell myself, because I'm getting balder and hairier and fatter, and my memory's getting worse. And I'm like, dude, it's just reference, bro. It's just reference.
I think another thing
that's true.
Like, when you look back at all the good memories of your life, they're usually outside or with people. They're not like, oh, remember that tweet I saw? You know what I mean?
I know. This one time in my room by myself.
That's nobody's best part of their life file.
That's an excellent, dude. That's an excellent point. I've never thought of that.
Is either like, in a nice place or playing with my friends or whatever. Something outside
listening to Depeche Mode. I feel like you
I love
like
Depeche
Depeche
Mode.
Mode. I knew it. I knew it. Something told me. I knew that you did. I just
I
knew
love
it,
Depeche
man.
Mode, dude.
I knew it.
I might get
felt
shit
it.
for that from people. I don't get
No,
it.
I like it too. That's how I knew. I was like, he's a fellow Depechean. I know.
Oh, dude,
You know
that's
what's
bad.
weird though, and the way that I feel like time, our perception of time has changed a little bit. Is up until even like a year or two ago, I would feel like my regular life would go by really fast, but like times when I was at work, it would just like almost drag by and seem like forever. And now I
Yeah.
feel like even the boring, mundane times that used to drag on almost go by super fast. And I hear people who are much younger than me kind of making the same comments too. Like,
Actually,
dude,
my
time
workday
is
still
just
went
seems
by
like
way
it's been
faster now,
flying
too.
by.
Now that you say
It's
that, my
weird,
workday
dude.
still like that.
Dude,
Go
it
ahead,
used to
Sam.
seem forever, man. I just God, I just can't
Yeah.
wait for this day to
When
go
you're a kid,
over.
you
And
don't have
now
to
it just
work, so
flies
you're always
by.
doing something that you're actually going to remember. Nobody remembers a typical day of work barely or cares to. But when you're outside with your friends, everything's epic and everything's new. But when you do the repeated same thing over and over, it's just waiting for something good, and it's in between things that are important. And generally speaking, if you're an adult, it might be a long time before you get to
I
do
also
something
feel
cool.
like a part of that has to do with the flow of information. There's so much information coming in at all times.
Ugh.
Like
I
there's
think I
certain
fried my brain a little
compartments
bit.
of our brain that processes shit, and
You and
it's
me
like,
both.
what'd you say? I missed it. Damn it.
Oh, he said, I think I fried my brain a little bit. I was like, yeah,
Oh,
you and me both.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
No,
know.
seriously, like my short-term memory fucking sucks now.
Oh, mine too, dude. I have to
Fucking
write everything
awful.
down now or make a note in my phone.
I used to
Like,
remember everything and
Same.
could do like gigantic math problems in my head, but now I'm like, I do it. I'm like, nah, fuck this. I can't.
Same,
Yeah,
dude.
you don't even have the want to. It's like
it's all that
I don't even
aluminum,
care.
bro.
Not
Yeah, it
having.
could be aluminum. I think I filled it up.
Like you're just
I think
getting
I
better.
filled it up. Like in 2016, 17, 18, 19, I started filling it with all kinds of new information. And
Like, I
think
can't make any new
Yeah.
wrinkles. I'm fucking done. I can't.
Yes, dude. And yeah, like back in the day, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna write it down. I'll totally remember that."
Oh,
And
I
then, like,
know. And you
yes,
did.
dude. Now 2 minutes later, it's gone. You're like, "What
You know,
was it
shit
that
I
I
get
was
to
gonna
my wife for
remember?"
this kind of stuff, like for the schedules for the kids and stuff like that. I can't remember any of it. I'm like, can you please write it down? She's like, no. I'm like, why not? I need it written down.
If you want me to be there, you will
yeah,
write
like-
it down.
I'm telling you, I physically cannot remember this anymore. I know I used to do it. I can't do it. You need to
I
write
have
it
to
down.
put everything in reminders in my phone. Everything.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
Yeah.
everything. And I'm like, oh.
It has to do with the flow of new information going into your brain.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
My
I
long-term memory
believe
is
that.
intact and more sharp than it ever has been. But my short term, no.
Nah, it's gone.
It's
Well,
gone.
maybe we're all being programmed, huh? We're all being
Yeah.
uploaded.
I mean, if they could erase the short term, I mean,
Yeah.
we're like what? RAM and ROM?
left, right? What's left to destroy after that?
I
Over
feel
time.
like
Yeah.
that all the time. I literally constantly have this conversation with my wife, like, because we got rid of our cable, but we still watch stuff on the free streaming things. And I'm like, just remember everything. I don't care if it's Golden Girls, Cheer. I don't care what it is. Everything that comes through that is trying to program you in some way. It's
Oh, no
all
doubt.
it's all giving you something in a direction they want you to go. So as long as you know that, it's fine. But like don't like watch this and think, "Oh, that's how people think." Like no, it's
Yeah.
especially the new stuff, man. It's rough. I don't know. I don't even know what you guys do with kids now, man.
Well, my
what
daughter
they
has
can
fitness training,
watch.
so that takes up so much time, and it's fun because we get to go to a lot of places. Like I was in Lake Placid last week.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, with the skating competition, you said, right?
Yeah, she was getting some training. She gets trained by this Olympian dude out there. And
No big deal.
Nice.
you know how it is.
Yeah. I don't.
Just make sure you keep an eye on her. All right, just keep an eye on a close eye on her. All right.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
man.
no, he lives out there. I won't even say his name, but he won a
Yeah.
silver medal in the 1988 Olympics, and he was supposed to not win anything. He was a fill-in, and he was like,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
Oh,
pretty
But now he's training people
Caitlyn
out there,
Jenner or
and
Bruce
yeah,
Jenner.
it's cool. We go out there.
Just make sure
But,
he knows you own a gun. That's all. That's all we're
No, I
saying.
could beat the shit out of this guy, dude. He's little.
Yeah.
I'm not a very big person either, but I could Definitely be dude.
Me neither, man. Me neither.
I mean, people probably think I'm huge because my name is Biff, but no, I am not. I'm not tall. I'm not heavy. Thank God I'm not heavy right now for some reason.
Dude, I think it's so awesome that nobody, if anybody, because we didn't even show our faces before, and anybody who didn't hear it last time, like, we talk about awakening stories, and I think yours is one of the most unique we've ever heard about what your wife told you. So if you want to share that again, like, I'd love to talk about that. The crisis actors thing.
She was reading something, and she just read the term crisis actors, and I'm like, crisis actors? I'm like, wait, what's that? And then I was like, and then like everything just clicked. I was like, holy fuck, they've been faking shit.
Yeah.
And using plants. I'm like, why didn't I see that before? And then it literally just spiraled into whatever I am now.
Yeah, whatever I am now.
Non-stop without a break. There was no break after she said that word. And before that, it was nothing.
Even just in normal life, just things you see, you're like, I see this totally different now. It's so different. It's just once your eyes are open, everything, commercials, advertisements, all of it.
Yeah, even words. Like some dude was posted on my timeline yesterday or today. He put, like, in college, you take your entrance exams, your entrance exams, entrance, and then the person that runs the school is the headmaster. Like, they fucking do they fuck with your head? You know, I mean, there's like all kinds of weird shit.
I know,
like that.
even
like,
back to your spelling class. Spelling. It's called spelling. Yeah, come on.
What's a transceiver? You know?
Right.
Is that putting you in a trance? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what this place is, or the kind of brain it would take to do all this. You'd have to assume that we were either reset once. Because there's no way the people, you know, knights and shit were figuring this out.
Right.
Dude, that's one of the things I say, like the cowboys and Indians thing. I think that whole narrative is garbage. I don't think that time ever existed.
I think Columbus is garbage, personally.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I do too.
He crashed the Santa Maria, the Mary, on Christmas Day. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I know.
Exactly. The fuck out of here.
Even to be able to correlate like all the crisis actors in on this, Dan. Do you think anyone could do that? What kind of production is this where they're correlating crisis actors to help play out these events, dude? What is this shit?
BiffDon, have you ever seen Westworld?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
I honestly got bored of it.
Okay, so after season 1, it kind of went to shit, but season 3 or 4, there's a AI called Rehoboam that basically runs everything.
That children from the Bible.
Yeah, right. But it's, I don't know. There's a lot of similarities to that season of Westworld and everything we're going through right now. I don't know
his name because nobody ever talks about him. He was the son of Solomon. Yeah.
Fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, dude, I gotta go back and watch that, man, because I watched the first season and got into the second, and I felt like did they change like writers in the show or something? Because the first season was awesome.
Really cool.
The first season was like the best TV ever, and then it went to shit.
Yeah.
They're like, if we keep going on with this awesome show, people are gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
But
we gotta change this shit.
You know what?
If you were able to accept like the story and you just were like, all right, I'm gonna fucking watch this shit even though I don't like it. It was that season where the AI was running everything was actually a pretty crazy story, and it's crazier now after living through like the past 5 years. You know,
I got my eyes now anyway.
Death's got me going. I'm gonna go back and look at this stuff.
I've never watched it, but I'll check it out for sure.
You know what they did with Donnie Darko when they released it when they released that in 2001. They cut out literally every single important part for inexplicable reasons. They just cut them all. Anything that could tell you what was going on in that movie was cut. That's why nobody knew what the fuck was going on in that movie.
What's crazy is
so they have a full version now, or what?
Yeah, the director's cut has like. The lady tells him a storm is coming. She explains the whole time travel book to him. There's this huge speech about Donnie wanting to save the kidnapped kids and return and put the monsters back where only he can see them.
What the
Yeah,
fuck,
and
dude?
deliver
Dude,
the
I haven't
children
watched
back to
that
their-
since I was in high
deliver the children
school.
back to their doorsteps, he says. Because I'm Donnie Darko. That's how he ends it.
Yeah.
And,
Dude,
yeah,
I
I
never
mean,
saw that in my life until like 2 years ago. I'm gonna be honest. I
Yeah.
never watched
every
it.
single cut part. There's a speech about how we are the rabbits, and they go into this whole long thing. Donnie and the teacher. Everything important was cut out of it because you would
Yes.
fucking note it. If you
Makes
go back and watch it
sense.
now, every single thing that was cut from the movie compares to Trump right now. Every single thing.
Dude.
Donnie's dad gives him a speech about how the world, those people aren't smart as you think. They're just a conspiracy of bullshitters. Every single one of them is a bullshitter.
We're watching it tomorrow, babe. We're watching
Yeah,
the
we gotta
Donnie
watch it,
Darko
'cause I watched it back then.
tomorrow.
I remember everyone who watched it was like, dude, this movie makes no sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it doesn't make
that
sense.
makes
That's
sense.
Everyone.
why- that's why if we screened it, people were like, whoa.
Yeah, we
Especially when I break it
gotta,
down.
Gotta.
we gotta do that. I'm gonna
Because
write
the,
it down.
the parallels are, I mean, most people just look right by that kind of stuff in movies, but I don't miss that stuff anymore. And when they see that, there's no denying it. I'm telling you, there's no denying it. That's why I don't know how the fuck
We
Ricky Kelly
stream
knew
that.
all this
Did
stuff.
we do that Mystery Science Theater kind of approach, and we get shut down doing it? You already know.
Yeah.
You gotta do
Already
it.
know.
You have
Are
to
we
do
allowed
it.
to stream movies? Are you allowed to do that with commentary?
Yeah, I've seen
with
other people
commentary.
do it. I've seen other
Okay.
people do it.
I don't know.
We're gonna be like a cult
classic.
classic if we do a Mystery Science Theater
I think-
3000 version. It's gonna be like,
Yeah,
dude,
this
have
gonna
you
get more views
seen?
than Donnie Darko did.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Hell yeah. I think the trick is going to be making sure that we're talking the whole time. So, and I'm pretty
I
sure
don't think that'll
BiffDon
be
can.
hard.
Yeah, that's not going to be an issue.
Yeah, I think you have to pause it sometimes too, right? Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
Break it up.
we'll
Oh
pause
yeah,
it.
I'm just
Dude,
going by
I'd
what I see. of people
love
on
to do
YouTube.
that. You let us
Yeah.
know. We're more flexible than you, so you let us know
Yeah, I'm
when
not
you can
flexible at
do
all,
it.
dude. I'm gonna sign my daughter up for more figure skating contests or something.
No, I get it. I totally get it.
The more the
man.
better.
So,
literally
but
had
I
this
would
one
love to
day-
do it with you.
I
What?
had this one day planned. I knew I was going to be good this one day, and it stayed that way. Thank God. But
So whenever that comes up again, let's do a stream of it on Twitter of us streaming Donnie Darko together and commenting on it. I think that'd be amazing.
Cut.
Doesn't
It might
matter
be
if it's a year from now, 6 months, whatever. Let's
I
just
think
at
the sooner
some
the better,
point
yeah.
let's do it.
we don't have
sooner
that much.
the better. Yeah, within the next few months.
Yeah, it's got to happen
Yeah.
sometime soon.
Before November, let's
Do it
do
in the
it.
middle of the night, I don't fucking care.
Excuse me, guys, but the scare event is today. I don't know if you knew
All right.
that or
No,
So-
I didn't. What?
It's right
Yeah.
now? It's
yeah,
happening?
it's happening. It's supposed to. I may not. I might be thinking of the Gregorian calendar. I'm not on the Julian.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was supposed to be July 17th.
Don't you like when those prescient accounts, the ones that know everything, they'll make their predictions, and it doesn't come through. They'll start hitting at other calendars and shit. I'm like, oh come on, motherfucker! You don't know anything, you fucking liar.
You fucking liar.
Well, you know, the emoji says July 17th for date.
Oh my god, it's funny. Like when things don't pan out, like the fan accounts, they'll make excuses for them too, just like they do for Trump.
I know.
Yeah.
Or they just don't say anything and keep going and be.
I think you all know who I'm referring to. I'm not even going to say their name, but you already know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. We
I
know.
know you know.
That's my thing about the Q thing, you know? It's like, how far are they going to take it before everyone crack? How do they know when people are going to crack? Because it's got to be
That
coming
motherfucker
soon.
abandoned everybody. He was like, see ya.
If I'm again, in death is with me, and oh no, you said it, Rufus. I think that the election is going to be the crack.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
like they're going to
Mhm.
so blatantly cheat. Remember how blatant it was last time, but it was only blatant to the people that were privy to it on the internet
Yes.
and
Right.
getting seeing the videos of people stuffing
Yeah.
ballots. And all that was staged. You could totally
Yeah.
tell it was staged. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was so over the top. It's like, hey, look at me. I'm gonna steal it. You know what I mean? And they got these people working at USPS. Oh, look, I'm looking both ways. Or like they're
Yes.
on camera and they're doing it right. Like, and
You
it's
guys-
like, it was so. It's gonna be that times 10.
That's why they have to
Yeah.
make Biden
You gotta
seem
check out
so
the-
over the top senile now.
Yeah.
Right,
Do you guys
exactly.
check out the Q posts ever? Do you ever go back and look at them?
I have
Yeah.
a buddy who sends me pretty much everything that comes
so I
out.
was looking at them, and I found something in 2020 versus 2018 to figure. So I figured out that Q clock is going backwards. In 2020, it says only at the precipice will change, and in 2018, it says we are at the precipice. So it's going backwards. First of all,
Everything.
And then the only time they actually gave you a day of where it was the actual sky event, which matched the exact day. That weird fucking rainbow in the sky that was everywhere. Went down to Texas and Florida.
Uh-huh.
And then if you have that day, and you start counting backwards, and the clock does run out in 2025.
Interesting.
I'm ready.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
I would imagine there can't be much more than a year left on that thing, but that's 1 year too long for me. I don't feel like dealing with this shit anymore.
I know, man.
Like
How
Project
crazy
22?
is
I
that
want to
yet?
I want to do something fun. But nobody's fun anymore. It's all weird.
No, I know.
Weird.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of fighting and stuff, and it's like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah,
We're fun. We're fun.
Mad at politics. I'm just like, people do it on my time. I'm like, go ahead, motherfucker. If you need to get your anger out, I'm just not gonna reply. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
Rufus said it. We're fun. We're just trying to have fun with it all, man. That's all you
Oh,
can
God, you guys
do.
get so many fucking death threats. It's hilarious. I actually think they're really.
Oh,
I actually think they're funny. I think Ted thought maybe I was a little worried. No. I enjoy those.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Thank you.
I'm doing my job right. Getting death threats.
For overshaved, they're like, it's crazy.
yeah. I got one today that was like, if you could disintegrate, something was like, oh, well, if you were to disintegrate into non-existence, that'd be great too, or something like that. I was like, that's awesome.
Why do they give a fuck what shape?
No,
Why do they care so much that they want you dead for it?
I know.
It's
Like,
so crazy.
Seriously.
They think
That's
you're
why
so,
I'm here, bro.
you're so stupid. They want to kill you. Like,
I could
They
literally
want
show
dead
you.
for
I could literally show you the text message from my mom. I showed these dudes. It was like, did someone literally tell you that I should have had an abortion? Like, because she listens to our podcast and
Oh,
she
no
sent me
way.
that. She sent me that text and I was like, unfortunately, yes. They've said much worse than that.
it. Oh,
I was
I
like,
don't know what's wrong with those people.
I know.
But
it's
whatever
insane.
program they use for Round Earth is really, really good because they can't even think anything else. They will.
Yeah.
They
Nope.
won't even accept. Maybe it's a fucking triangle. Nothing. They don't. Like if you don't go 100% along with it.
right.
That's the
Yeah.
whole reason why I even looked into it, is because I saw how mad people got.
That's good.
They don't want to ignore you. They want to actively attack and curse you and want you dead.
Yeah,
That's how good
I
that
know.
programming is.
Yeah, man.
That's what I say to them. Show me how many times I went on a Globe Earthers post and said something like you guys say to me. Show me that. Never. Because you know what
No.
I do? I go, and I keep
Yeah.
going. That's it.
It's globe specific that their malfunction is. You could tell them grass
Yeah.
is red and they won't care.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You know, you
It
can tell them the
is,
sky is
you're right.
yellow and they won't care.
Actually, they'll probably find an article showing that it was red over here in the Sahara.
You can even tell them Taylor Swift's a man and they won't care.
No, it's that one.
Do you see it?
Can you
It's
see
that one. They
it?
want people dead.
Yeah, that's the final question we have for you, BiffDon, is can you see it? Do you see it?
What?
Can you see?
Do you
Can
see
you
it?
see?
You see the bulge.
Oh, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You talking about Jennifer Aniston?
Or I don't know, all of Hollywood. Everybody's a trans.
Everyone.
How many times could you post Jennifer Aniston on one time? I think it was like 15 times in one day once. I was like, fuck. Stop.
Picks on that one a lot.
Like, I literally unfollowed you and you're number one on my feed every day.
How? I mute you and you still pop up.
I don't know what fucking cartel that guy works for. That
Oh, dude, it is unreal, man. Like, and now
What I've said is I feel like they just don't want you to enjoy anything. So if you get any joy out of it, they have to pervert it in some way or another.
That dude said I was one of his favorite accounts one time. He just put it out there on his own. And then like a month later, he's like, oh, you're only in it for the money. I'm like, what money, dude? What the fuck? I literally don't make anything. They demonetize me. I don't make any. And when they do pay me, they pay me for like one of the posts. I'll get like $25.
Right?
You're like
Oh, yeah,
29 million,
money.
motherfucker. 29 million.
I have zero source of social media income at all. But it pays for
I know,
itself
that's
to have
what's
a boot check.
comical.
That is literally it.
That's it. Yeah,
Same.
it pays for it.
I think I made $10 for gas one time, and that's about all. Like I was like, get the fuck out of here, dude! I'm gonna sell my soul for $10. Okay.
I think Maverick's a bot account. I really do.
I think a lot of people have changed. A lot of those big accounts now are can you see it accounts, or just some kind of grab your attention.
That's part of the psyop
video or whatever. You know?
Yep. And I've gotten so much. I caught a lot of flack from people on my side saying, "Hey, man, all that shit out there is to discredit flat Earth." They're like, "No, it's not. You didn't see this." And lo and behold, what happens? I take a shot at the dude. He immediately goes to flat Earth.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Actually, he took a shot at flat Earth first. He's the one that swung first at us. You know. And I said, and I'm like, "Hey, how many times I got to show you guys? This is all this shit." And it's and not just flat Earth, because what you do is very important as well. You know what I mean? But it's all part of it. Like it's the antithesis of, right? Everything the antithesis of. And how can you be out there and say all of Hollywood is trans, and then turn around and say, but NASA's telling the truth?
Yeah.
Right.
But all the parts they play about space and all the movies they play in about space are real, but they're not real.
They haven't pulled their space off yet. They need it.
Yeah.
They need it. So they need the round. They need the space and the planets and all that bullshit.
For the alien invasion.
That's what it tells me. They are so actively fighting against that they have like people that literally just do that all day, every day for like life.
Well, we have been told that will be the last card that they are going to play.
It's got to be the last card because it's the one they fight against the most. They don't care about the other ones anymore.
You're right. That's a damn good point.
Stay tuned for that, I imagine.
Yeah. It's going to be great, man.
Project
Tonight,
Bluebeam.
I don't know. I got a message from somebody that I work with that's super norm. And it's just like, oh, I guess they spotted some Chinese ships off the coast of Florida or something like that.
Oh, dude, I've been hearing that.
I know.
My mom texted me with that, and I was like,
Russian, and it was Russian. Now it's Chinese or something.
well, now it's Russian and Chinese.
Oh,
My mom texted me with that, and I was
Both
like,
of
yeah, I
them.
heard that 6 months ago. If it was an issue, it would have been a problem by now. Just ignore it. Just keep it.
Dude, I heard that Elian Gonzalez was a Chinese asset.
Is he? Okay. That checks out.
I met
Was it
that dude.
Elon or
We
Elon?
played checkers together. It was awesome in Miami. It was cool. Wet foot, dry foot. Got you, brother. So good. Anybody who's not from South Florida probably has no clue what I'm talking about.
Dude, I gotta say, man, it's been as expected, an absolute pleasure having you on here, brother.
I know, man. It's never enough time, ever.
Yeah. Is he still there? Oh, did they get him? Did they get him?
They black bagged his ass.
That was it. That's all he had.
They didn't want to hear his thoughts on Elian Gonzalez. The problem. Broke the matrix.
Oh,
They were like, we forgot to program that in.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Damn.
It's gone.
all right.
Hold
well,
on.
we should.
Hold on. Wait.
Is he coming back?
Are you there,
you guys
bro?
hear me?
Hey!
Oh, yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting
Oh, no.
zapped. Oh yeah, he's getting zapped.
No.
What
No,
the fuck,
no.
man?
You got to make sure all this is in there. Because
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and what
So
happened? So we
bad.
started talking about Maverick.
Oh, I know. Oh, wait.
Can
he's
you
back
see?
again. Let's see. Can you see?
Can
Oh, wait.
see the bars?
He's back, but then he's gone.
You see the amount of bars on your phone.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes.
they're messing with us so hard. We were trying to wrap up. We talked about Maverick, and shit went haywire, man. I don't know.
It's
What
always
Can you guys hear me okay?
yeah,
yeah.
now we can.
Oh, okay.
You just like
Yeah.
disappeared.
God,
You
it
were
was
gone.
Maverick. Like I
Yeah,
said,
no.
I mean, if you look at that guy's pictures, he looks like the head fucking trafficker that they reveal at the end of the movie or something.
No, I think it's like a snapshot of an old GTA or something. I don't even think that's a real
No,
picture.
he was in the Fast and the Furious for sure.
Oh, is that what that was?
One of the
okay.
pictures he showed us, he looked like he was 30. The other one, he looks like he's 60. So
Yeah, I don't
it's
even
hard
think
to
it's
say.
real.
That guy.
Honestly.
But I looked up that Bugatti picture. There's nowhere else on the internet could even find anything like it.
Oh no,
I just
Wow.
heard. Yeah. I don't know
Well,
where he
he
got
made-
it, but
making them big bucks,
he could
bro.
take a picture of somebody else's, but I
That's
don't know
true.
anybody with Bugatti.
That's true.
He met somebody at Bohemian Grove and bought it there.
Yeah, well,
You,
yeah,
you heard it here first. No.
Uh huh.
I'm
That's true.
kidding.
It was that guy from Skull and Bones, his buddy. So,
Oh yeah,
his
I
bestie.
know. What's that about, man?
Really good
Come
friend.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he did a friend in Skull and Bones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
he was
that's kind of when he turned against me when I posted that thing.
that was where he baited me on it. I mean, not me personally, but I threw it out there. I'm like, I gotta take this. It's my golden opportunity. You know?
Let me knock
I
this
saw
one
that.
out.
Right. He just lost it. He's like, flat Earth is a psyop, and here's a thread. Like, he just pulled it out of nowhere. There it is. Dumped it all out.
He had
He's
it
like,
ready.
yeah, bitch,
He had it
I got
ready.
you now, bitch. And it's just like, dude, you didn't do anything. You're still,
Yeah.
you're still a skull and bones cuck. And you
I
sit
have
there.
I have all his screenshots of where he was pumping flat Earth to everyone, and then he turned on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Wow. I didn't even know that.
Oh no, you didn't see it?
Oh, that
No,
might.
I didn't see
I have
it.
a whole bunch where he's,
Hey, we
you
got
know, the globe is a lie, and blah 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 blah, and then 180 completely.
Oh,
I mean,
we
he
got
put out a lot of flat Earth
Well,
content.
that
Just
first
go to his
check came
timeline
in,
and search
bro.
flat Earth.
Okay.
Go
All right.
to his timeline, search flat Earth, and you'll see them all.
I told myself maybe I wouldn't do it anymore, but that's just
Have you
like,
seen
here you
that?
go.
Documentaries, a personal post that he wrote, all kinds of stuff, all pro flat Earth, because he used you guys and you know, people around us to help gain clout, and then he turned on him and starts pumping the government narrative back at him after he gets 100,000 people. Right around when he got 100,000 people, he turned. It's like he
You hear that, Ted? You better
so he can
slow
steer
down
them all
your
off the
account a
fucking
little
cliff.
bit, buddy.
I know.
Yeah,
I will say I was just showing them screenshots. So I've always posted what I wanted, whatever. They got me on some copyright issues, but I'm coming up on 75,000 followers, and all of a sudden,
Oh, wow.
Celsius sent me a private message saying a post you made about our about our product is untrue. This person that you posted has been debunked. And then what was the other one, Bill? Do you remember?
Well, really?
Oh
yeah.
Well,
I
the
sent
other
him
one
the
was
screenshots.
oh gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Well, it was big. It was somebody big. They were like, oh, we would like you to try. Oh, something about like you to try our product or whatever, right? Like you could try it for yourself or something like that.
Well, yeah, they were saying that something that I posted was untrue about their product, but I can't remember what the hell it was.
It was
I have the
Celsius
thing.
Oh,
That's why I mean, that kind of stuff is why I'm really standoffish about like going on podcasts other than you guys.
right.
I don't know. Like, I don't want
Temu.
anybody like,
Oh,
That's
Timu.
what it was.
I can tell by your
Temu.
personality, you're not going to, I can tell by your personality, you're not going to flip on me and be like, look at this douchebag or whatever.
No,
No.
And edit the video and make a completely different narrative about it
no,
instead of,
never.
you know, just the speculation that we're doing. But
But if we
a lot of
do
people would.
that and steer clear, so that's all I'm telling you.
I recorded it too. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not gonna say it, but I was talking about some other stuff. Like, you know, yeah, I won't say it on here, but it sounds like distort. I'm talking about distorting these companies, but it's a different word that kind of rhymes with that. So yeah, I'm all about being anti all that shit and then putting them on blast. You know, like, look at these suckers, look what they did. You know, so
Yeah.
except the fact that at one point we could possibly be facing some litigation. You know, that we may have to be, you know, cooling it off a little bit. But until that point, you know, we're rolling hard, man.
Yeah, the problem is the law. It's like whoever has the most money wins the law somehow.
Yeah.
That's what the law is. If you have a whole bunch of money, the law is your friend. That's it. That's not actual law. That's more like
You're
money.
writing them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh man, damn it, dude! It's been
Anyway, yeah, I'll let you guys go, and then we'll get together soon. We'll do the Donnie Darko thing.
Oh yeah, let's do that for sure. And let's say death faded out. So yeah, so we have to do that. I don't know when, but we'll get together and we'll do a date and we'll stream it through here live on Twitter and we'll just talk about it the whole time. It'll be awesome.
That would be fun.
we're gonna
I
let you
look
do
forward
most.
to it, guys.
You're gonna be doing the most of the talking, so get ready because you gotta walk.
Good.
I know it'll only
This
be my
night
second
talking.
time seeing it.
There's a
So
lot of. I mean, a lot of times I shut down, but I mean, not with that.
All right. Yeah.
Nice.
yeah.
It's not
We're
a problem.
excited. All right, we'll set it up,
Yeah.
man. It'll
All right,
be
guys.
awesome.
All right, man. Peace.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Have a good weekend.
Hey,
Later,
gentlemen.
dude.
See you.
Peace.
Gentlemen, watch your butts. Scare event tonight.
Thanks.
Okay.
Always. Good night, dudes.
Later.
Love you guys. Later.